Hey there, it's your friend Stormy Warren here, and I want to invite you to my new home, the Big 615, exclusively on TuneIn. It's the official home of country music broadcasting live from Nashville to the world. Get the latest on country music, from your favorite artists to the hottest songs climbing up the charts. Oh, and it's commercial-free. Hear it all on the Stormy Warren Show, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central. Download the free TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. Or ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn.
Are you dealing with a personal injury? Don't go it alone. Turn to the experienced team at Phillips Law Firm. Their attorneys have helped thousands of clients get the compensation they deserve. Call Phillips Law Firm now. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Okay, man. You're at home. How do you like it to smell?
Oh, like my farts, of course. That's what my wife would probably say.
Wow, I really should. You know what? They always say before you question the witness, you should really know every possible answer they could give you. And now I withdraw the question, Your Honor.
Food. Any kind of food. I want my house to smell like a cookie.
Okay, there you go.
Ooh, cookie. That's good. Yeah, a good cookie.
Yeah.
Or like yesterday, my wife made a bundt cake.
Oh, what?
That was pretty damn good.
Dude.
What?
That's just, I mean, you can't say that and then not have some for me to have.
Sure I can. I just did.
Yeah, no, that's not a nice thing, man, because bundt cakes are amazing. And
they're little mini bundt cakes, too.
What flavor?
Oh.
I don't know. They had chocolate chips in them.
Okay.
Okay, I would imagine then chocolate flavor is at least part of it.
Well, it was just like a regular bundt cake with chocolate chips in it. It was delicious, though.
A bundt cake.
Like a vanilla bundt cake.
Yeah. There we go. That's a flavor. Yeah. I know that was really hard. That was super hard for you.
Sometimes
but
you got to dig a little deep. You got to ask the questions.
Yeah, because, well, good for you. Vanilla flavoring in the house is nice.
Yeah, I bet your house smelled amazing.
It was actually pretty awesome.
That's what people were asked, like, okay, what are your favorite scents to have at home in this survey? And 11% said, yeah, baked goods. So, yeah, that's awesome. You know they do the cookie thing in a lot of real estate. I don't know if they still do that, but whenever I used to run around, like, looking for houses, the good ones smelled of cookies.
But they better have cookies. If I walk into a house and it smells like a cookie and I'm thinking about buying it, if you don't have a cookie, you're off the list.
Well, now you know how I feel about the whole bundt cake controversy.
Well, I'm not trying to sell you anything.
Oh, are you?
No.
You're trying to sell me that you're a nice human being.
Well, that's debatable.
On every level, yes, it is. All right, how about... People said, 17% said floral. If you're allergic to flowery things, you're like me, you go, no, I don't want any floral smells in the home.
Especially because a lot of those fake flower smells are just, they're so bad. Like, it's not even like, they don't actually smell like real flowers.
It's very overpowering and it's very artificial smelling. So it has to be a specific kind.
Unless my face is like right up into a flower, I don't even know what it smells like.
Oh, yeah, that's the problem with you is you don't smell things on a subtle level. You have to have it blasted.
Yeah, I feel like flowers, unless there's like a crap ton of them in it, like if you go to obviously like a florist, that you'll smell everything. But like if it's just like a bouquet of flowers, I won't notice it unless I'm like right up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are things called rubrum lilies that are very aromatic and give me a headache. Like I can smell them when I walk into a room. You probably would go, oh, is there a flower here? Because they're super powerful, at least to my nose.
What's that other stuff that they usually put in like bath potpourri?
Potpourri,
I hate that stuff.
What about poopery? Are you okay with that?
It's also worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than poop, I'll tell you that.
And it does work if you use it right.
Yeah, for the longest time I thought you just sprayed it in the air. I didn't realize you sprayed it into the toilet. Once I realized that, I was like, all right, this works a lot better than I thought.
And they need to have instructions as I go off the rails.
They kind of do.
They do. They're on the bottle.
Yeah. Dude, the bottle is tiny, and if you're using somebody else's home...
So where are they supposed to put the instructions? Like they come with a giant piece of paper that comes with the little bottle?
That would be good, though I think it's on the owner of the home to print out a piece of paper and tell you how to use this stuff. Because it's very different. Like every human being...
How about we just have the president do a State of the Union address on it?
There you go.
I feel like, listen, there are a lot of things the president's talked about that I don't care, I think I would care about this. Yes. I would tune in for that one.
The proper way to use poopery, and they'll actually demonstrate it.
I think a lot of people have just assumed you've seen the ridiculous commercials they have with the British lady talking about how to use it.
Well, that's the thing, is that you've seen it because you have it, but like the people come to your home probably haven't.
I'll just put a little video there for you.
I like that you're upset with it because they don't have instructions, which they do have on the bottle, but the instructions aren't good enough for you.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not mad at the company. I'm saying that the people who put it out there, because the bottle's tiny, no one's going to read that bottle.
Who's someone going to have print up instructions on how to use poopery in their house?
If you walk into a bathroom you don't know and you see a spray-like device, you just assume you spray it in the air, right?
Well, that's up to you. I mean,
you read all the instructions.
Are they going to put instructions on how to flush the toilet for you too?
You have to if you have to hold the handle. Don't you tell people you got to hold the handle for like a few seconds or it won't flush?
I will say that it's funny when you go into a public. I mean, not funny. I get it because of old plumbing, but they have the signs up that say, "Please do not throw anything else into the toilet other than toilet paper." And I'm like, who's throwing? Okay.
Oh, dude, it's unbelievable.
Dude, at our gym, they have like these giant signs right up on the urinal saying, unless it's a yellowish liquid, do not put it in this urinal.
Danny.
Because people are like throwing their gum in there or like this, that, and it's like, who the hell is going to clean that?
Yeah.
Some poor person that works at the gym.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what happened, the extreme level of that.
Oh, boy.
I'm not going to mention the office, but it's an office that I go to get, stuff done in life. And they've stopped letting you have paper towels to dry your hands. They said air dry it because people kept flushing the paper towels down the toilet. They kept having to pay to have it pumped out because they were in an office building. The office building wouldn't pay. The office building said, "You keep flooding it, so your people do the toilet. You have to pay for it." So they didn't let us have paper towels, and they didn't have a dryer in there. They had nothing. You had to air dry your hand, and they had a big sign: "You people don't stop putting stuff in the toilet. You no longer can have towels." And I'm like, this is unbelievable.
So they're punishing the entire class.
They punished the entire class for this.
Man, you need to find yourself a new adult massage parlor, I guess.
Yeah, you really do.
Listen, it may have been an adult. It may have been an adult massage parlor, but you don't have to just go ahead and dime me out in case it might be.
Okay, my bad. Sorry. Just strike that from the record.
Unbelievable! No bunt cake and the adult massage parlor. You 2 strikes on you today.
Well, you know what? I got to enjoy the bun cake last night. That's all that matters.
3 strikes. How about I'm going to call you a Seattle Mariner, which I know you're going to tell us why I'm going to call you a Seattle Mariner.
Oh, there's a tease.
How's that for a tease?
Oh man, I'm not leaving. I can't wait to find out what you're talking about.
Well, you know what? You're the one going to be reporting about.
Well, I better start doing some research.
You better do some research. Steve's also going to talk about this stranded woman who found out that she was able to survive on just wine and lollipops. How about that? Steve will tell you all about it. He's got the Migs report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit max.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Migs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Palace Law for giving us the Migs Report. And today is a day to get crazy.
Why?
It's tear the tags off the mattress day. Boom.
Okay, wait a second.
Make it happen today, BJ.
That's illegal.
Well, no more. This is a lawless society where we don't have tags on our mattresses.
It's Thunderdome.
It's also National Teacher Day, so shout out to Mrs. Jones.
Mrs. Jones.
We love her.
Yeah, Mrs. Jones is awesome.
And I did see that there was a survey that was done by a bunch of teachers, and they would 75% said that they would like any kind of appreciation shown through gift cards and items purchased off of their Amazon wish list.
That's funny.
Which at first I was like, raised my eyebrow. I'm like, they have Amazon wish lists like that. What do they want? Like, because I instantly think of like some of these like internet models that have Amazon wish lists, and I'm like, that seems kind of weird. But then you realize it's actually for good reasons. That their wish list involves items for their students, like classroom supplies that they might have to purchase out of their own pocket. So it makes it easier for them if people will purchase it for them. So if you know a teacher that has a wish list, most likely it's for like pencils and things along those lines. Hook them up. Help them out. Today's National Teacher Day.
Actually, I didn't think it was such a bad idea if they got stuff for themselves, but that's even cooler that that's what their wish list is for.
Yeah, my wish list would not be pencils and erasers and crayons. It would be like, T-shirts and hockey stuff and music stuff. And
that's a shock.
Stuff. I know.
Yeah.
Also, I got to give a quick happy birthday to the man, the myth, the legend, my father. Happy birthday, Dad.
Oh, nice. I got a nice message from your dad on Facebook.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did it say?
It was a copy and paste thing.
Oh, boy.
I was like, if Steve sees this, he's just going to go, Pops, why? Why, Pops, are you doing this?
I stopped even asking him to stop doing it.
Yeah.
My dad is the king of, I posted this on my Facebook page, therefore now all of my stuff is it's my rights, and Facebook does not have any...
Yeah.
How did you know that's the message I got from him yesterday?
Because I got that one before, too. He sends those all the time. He's like, copy and paste this. He's the king of the chain letters.
I mean, I will say this, though. If most of his people are like that he has friends with are his age, they probably need to see that message he sent.
Yeah, but I have these conversations with him in the past. Like, who is taking your pictures off of your page?
Yeah.
Mr. Never posts any pictures on his page.
Well, the new one is the cloning.
Oh, okay.
That's what he told me about. It's like, somebody's posing as me. And so he put it, and I laughed, and I go, see, the sad thing is you don't see it, and I'm like, I wish Steve would see it, because he would just lose his mind, but he's smart enough not to see it.
I'm sure I'll see it at some point. Yeah. There's so many times on Facebook where I'm like, God, Dad.
Yeah.
He's also 81.
Yeah.
So
I love your dad. He's an 81-year-old Star Trek fan that has my sort of tone and temperament in life.
Yes.
He and we're separated at birth.
And he spends a lot of time on Facebook. I kind of admit, like he's constantly like commenting and posting on stuff, and it's very endearing.
You know what I would
Dad.
Your dad and he and I would have been friends if we grown up together.
Oh, absolutely.
I get such a kick out of your father.
Yeah.
I really, really do.
Well, I'm going to get to see him in a month.
Oh, tell him I said hi.
I will absolutely do that. We're going to have some bun cakes. It's going to be amazing.
If it wasn't weird, I would come along with you and visit your dad.
Yeah,
it wasn't weird.
Yeah, you know what? It's a family vacation. I appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
But Tatum and I and Sid, we're just going to go on our own.
I know, and believe me, I thought about it.
You're more than welcome to visit them after we're done visiting.
All right,
them.
fair enough.
Yeah, they're always up for. They have extra room in their house.
Oh, dude, your mom would tighten me up with the food.
You'll come back in a food coma.
Yeah, I miss that. It's been a while since I've had the Northeast food coma experience, which every relative gives you. Oh,
so how about this woman? She's 48 years old. Her name's Lillian. She was on a short drive when she made a wrong turn, and her vehicle got stuck in the mud right by a dense bush.
Oh,
apparently she had some health issues, so she wasn't able to hike out on her own. So she was just stuck there, stranded in her car.
Oh, that sucks.
And she's like, I hope somebody's going to find me and get me. But she was like, well, I got to survive until somebody does. And the only way she was able to survive was on snacks, like lollipops. And she had no water, so she's like, I do have a bottle of wine.
There we go.
This woman survived 5 days on a bottle of wine and lollipops.
Wow.
Here's the crazy part. She doesn't drink. The bottle of wine was a gift for her mom, but she was stuck there for so long that she's like, well, I got to pop it open. I got to drink something. Luckily, helicopters showed up and found her, and they were able to take her to the hospital. She's going to be okay, but she was hospitalized for dehydration. They didn't say what kind of wine she drank, though. If it was like box wine. Or,
was it $2 Chuck?
Yeah, I wonder what she was doing.
Well, that's the key. They tell you that you can survive without food for a while, but 24 hours without water, you're in trouble.
It's 5 days.
5. So the wine definitely helped.
I mean, I'm sure she wasn't chugging it. She was probably just sipping a little bit just to keep something in her.
Plus, you get a little high and you don't feel so bad about your situation.
Yeah, but eventually you want to get out of that situation.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, this morning I learned something rather fascinating. Do you guys know the University of South Carolina?
Mm-hmm. UNC.
Okay. Well, they have their mascot is the Gamecocks.
Yes.
And they have a tradition, which is like the greatest tradition ever. So their mascot is named Cocky.
Okay.
And they have a tradition that the mascot reveals their identity at graduation. So you don't know who is cocky, who's underneath that Gamecock.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is South Carolina. I thought I heard you say North Carolina. So
South.
So this dude, nobody ever knows.
Or dudette, BJ.
But nobody ever knows. But they reveal who Cocky is.
I mean, maybe they tell their friends, but nobody's supposed to know the identity of Cocky.
Oh, that's cool.
So at graduation, when you're wearing like your graduation, robe and the hat, you wear Cocky's feet. Aww. Which are like these giant, mascot feet. And that's how people find out at graduation who was cocky all this time.
Wow.
So the most recent person was a woman by the name of Sarah Sylvester. She's a biomedical engineer student for the last couple of years. She's been playing the role of Cocky. And I put it up on my Twitter, and I'm Steve Migs. I'm sure we could share it as well. The video is amazing because there she is graduating with the giant mascot feet on. And everybody's going nuts. And she's going into full Cocky mode.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Look at her go. Like, you can totally see that this is the mascot. And it's the funniest thing I've ever witnessed. And the greatest tradition. Like, what a great idea.
That is really cool.
That's so cool.
Like, you finally find out who Cocky is. And it was just like, I would have never guessed that she was cocky.
Dude, I love that tradition. That is a really, really cool tradition.
Although I'd be a little annoyed, like, if I'm next, I'm like, how am I supposed to one up this person's
Dude,
performance?
you never can follow Cocky.
You gotta save her for last.
Yeah.
Save Cocky for last. Then she's firing up, running up to the stage. Isn't it the funniest video?
Well, and also funny, too, if, you don't know that's the tradition and you're just there as, a family member and, what is this girl doing?
I would have been that. I've been like, okay, I'm not sure what the hell's going on, but this is weird.
Does this girl need help? She's wearing giant slippers.
Yeah.
And she's just running around the entire place. She's high-fiving everybody. She's doing her Cocky routine.
She's going on for a while, too.
I know.
Yeah, that might be a little too long.
Oh, come on. 2 years of being cocky, she earned it.
But like you said, the person following her is like, and now Jimmy Spagungle. And he's just going up high.
He's like, hey, everybody.
Hi, I'll take my stupid.
I have a little thing on my hat. That's kind of cool. I'll throw it in the
cocky.
air.
I know I'm not cocky. F all you people.
I'm just a valid Victorian. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. I'm the school genius. But I don't have silly feet on, so that's cool. Thanks, Cocky.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah. Nice work.
Yeah, you got to save her for last.
Yep.
Yeah, but then you ruin the person who likes to go last and throw their hat up. Do they still do that? Throw their whatever
I thought everybody throws the hat up at the end.
The person starts it, I thought. Isn't the one person supposed to start that?
Well, who better than Cocky?
Oh, no, the person with the last name. That's what you wait for.
Yeah, I guess that's a good thing.
Man, the Z kid gets screwed.
Do they still do that, or are they worried about lawsuits because those things come flying down like ninja stars?
I haven't graduated since the 20s.
I didn't graduate, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, in high school, that's what you get to do.
It's funny because I didn't, both at my college and high school graduation, I didn't throw my hat because I didn't want to lose it.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
My mom was very adamant about wanting to keep my little tassel thing, so she was like, do not throw it. And I was like, okay, Mom, sorry.
Oh, I took my tassel off.
It's like a little fling in the air and
caught it back now.
Wouldn't it be great if Cocky threw her giant mascot head in the air?
Oh, now you're talking.
Just comes from under the seat. Wah!
Yeah.
It would be a Cocky toss.
Yeah. But you want to know the identity of all the mascots?
Yes.
I do too. I want to know what that person I want to see what they do in everyday life.
They're fighting crime out there. Sometimes they got to keep their identity secret.
Who is Bowie?
Yeah. Oh man.
What are we dealing with here?
Wouldn't it be wild if it's somebody you actually know?
Yeah. That would be insane.
Because they haven't told you, right?
Right.
Yeah. But see, we know a mascot because they told us.
Well, yeah, we know Rocky.
So that's why I'm saying we probably would know who Bowie is if we knew them. Like they would tell us.
Unless they're sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't think they would tell us.
I don't think they would either.
Wow.
We just might be walking amongst the moose.
Yeah. So what if if every year we find out, for the Mariners, at the end of the season, it's actually one of the Mariner players that was the moose, and at the end of the year he comes out with moose feet.
What if it's a retired player? It's Jay Buhner this whole time.
Yeah, I think that would be so awesome if it was a retired, or at least for one day a year they let a retired player come out and be the guy, and then they reveal it.
All right, speaking of Bowie, Bowie's going to be in great form tonight with the playoff beard and the banging the drum and whatever else, the hoverboard, whatever it may be. Climate Pledge Arena, definitely going to be rocking. Dude, I've been loving, I've been listening Spittin' Chicklets and other hockey podcasts just to talk about the Seattle fan base being rabid. And everybody talks about just how insane the fan base is for Seattle, just how loud they are, how into it they are, and also what a massive surprise the Seattle Kraken have been to the national hockey experts, quote unquote. Yeah. And just how well they've been playing. And a lot of people are thinking they get out of this round. This is a Stanley Cup contender.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's 4 teams, but you know what I mean? That's still that's high praise for a team that just started last season. So we'll see what happens tonight. Could they take a 3-1 series lead? No word on whether or not Miro Heiskanen, that's the defenseman that got hit in the puck, in the face. Apparently, that guy is a monster on defense. Plays like 30 minutes every game, has a bunch of assists. He's the star player. I didn't even realize like how big of a star he was. And that was like we talked about yesterday, how big of an impact that had on the Kraken doing so well in the last game. They don't know whether or not he's going to be playing, but it's not concussion issues. It's just a puck to the face, so it's like stitches and all that. I'd imagine he's going to be out on the ice.
I mean, this is the playoffs. Hockey players will go out there with missing limbs. They don't care.
He wanted to play in that last game, but by the time they got him all stitched up and ready to go, and even considered it, they were already down by 5 goals. So just like, what's the point? Like this, let's play the long game.
Yeah, that was Steve. It's like he definitely is a key player for them because I don't think we score 7 goals if he's in there.
No, and Vegas last night they beat Edmonton 5-1. They have a 2-1 series lead in that one.
Okay.
Devils in Carolina playing tonight as well. That Carolina's got a 2-1 series lead, and this is cool if you're a fan of the NHL. If you just want to see how the Kraken are appearing on the eyes of like the national media, ESPN has a docuseries that's called Quest for the Stanley Cup. They do every year, and it chronicles the 8 teams that are left for the Cup, which includes the Kraken. And the premiere episode is this Friday on ESPN Plus. If you don't have ESPN Plus, but you have regular ESPN2, they'll be showing it on Saturday, so you'll be able to start watching that docuseries.
I can wait a day.
Yeah, I'm okay with waiting a day. Props to the Seattle Thunderbirds. Moving on. Woo! Second consecutive Western Conference championship for them. They ended up beating Kamloops 4-2. So up next for them, the Winnipeg Ice. And I guess that series starts on Friday, but they'll be at home at ShoWare on Tuesday, May 16th and 17th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, so I'm sure ShoWare Center is going to be rocking for that. The draft went down, not the draft, but the lottery for the draft for the NHL just went down.
Oh, normally we were so excited about this, but we're probably not.
Care.
Yeah, we're not.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We're still in the playoffs, so we don't even know where we're going to end up, but we're not going to be in the top spot. That's going to the Chicago Blackhawks. They ended up getting it. A lot of people think it was rigged because the Blackhawks have just been sucking, and that's like, a big team, big franchise, and right now it's a generational talent that's going to be drafted. Connor Bedard. He had like 71 goals in the juniors. Like, he's a really good player. So a lot of people that aren't the Chicago Blackhawks fans are very upset about that.
Yeah.
Mariners. You got to score runs, baby. Dude. Come on, J-Rod.
Okay.
Bases loaded. You got to make it happen. They ended up losing 2-1 to the Rangers and wasted a great performance by Logan Gilbert.
Dude, the guy had a no-hitter.
Yes.
He had a no-hitter. I was watching the game.
Into the 7th.
I was watching the game, and I'm like, oh, my God. And they were winning 1-0. I'm like, come on, just get a couple more runs for this guy. This is a fantastic performance from Logan.
Struck out, what is he? I think he struck out 8 or something like that.
8 or 9.
No, struck out 10.
Yeah.
Sorry.
10, yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Ty France had a home run. That's all they were able to get. Bases are loaded.
Yeah.
J-Rod, I know he started slow in the beginning of last year as well. I hope that this is just a thing.
I got a whole commentary about this team, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. It's Teoscar Hernandez. I said it when they got him. Not the kind of player you want. Just not because he doesn't hit the ball. Yeah, when he hits it, sure, it's a home run. He strikes out so much. And, I mean, they struck out 13 times last night.
Problem solved. We make him our mascot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to hit, you're the Mariner Moose. That should be the new punishment.
Yeah. I mean, really, dude, it's this is not a team that can afford to strike out a skillion times because you just, I mean, they have,
With ideas like mine is the reason why I'll never become a general manager, or I'd be the worst general manager in all of baseball.
I don't think you can be.
Like, Teoscar, you suck. Put on the Mariner Moose. You're going to do that for a game.
Yeah.
I'll give you another chance.
I was going to say something bad because you said you'd be the worst general manager of all time, and I was going to disparage a former general manager for the Mariners, but I think he follows me. Jack, I know, dude. How crazy? And I don't know if it's
so. You're going to be nice to him because he follows you on Twitter?
Well, I mean, it's like he's a guy. He's a guy that managed a Major League Baseball team. That's a pretty big accomplishment. In my mind. And
I'm not here to judge. I like guys because they follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, Jack Zarenzik. And I don't know if he's real because of all this Elon Musk, but it's like when I saw Jack Z, like he followed me and actually commented on one of my tweets. I'm like,
it's not really him.
I don't know.
I'm okay. You and my dad are really good on Facebook and social media.
It's possible he could follow us. He used to live here. Maybe he listened to our show back in the day. I don't know.
That's a massive stretch. But then also to comment on stuff that you're writing. What did he comment about?
I can't remember, but he was
about Star Trek or something.
Was one of our I think it might have been.
Oh, he's chiming in about one of our topics.
I think it might have been Star Trek, either our topics or Star Trek, and I'm like, so now I don't want to make fun of Jack Z.
I want to bet money that this is a fake account.
Agreed.
You're probably right,
I'm definitely right.
Just in case, You know, I mean, The Rock follows you, doesn't he?
No.
Who follows? But there's some people that follow
Pearl
you.
Jam, and I believe that Eddie Vedder runs the account. So there you go.
Yeah, all right. Well, see, if you think Pearl Jam can follow you, why not Jack Z? Jack Z is not on the Pearl Jam level.
Well, because I know it's legitimately Pearl Jam that's following, or at least whoever runs their account.
Yeah, see, you're right. I don't know it's Jack Z.
Can we find out?
I would love to find out if it's Jack Z, but he's a guy.
Because you can't say, if he has the blue check mark anymore because times have changed.
That's what I'm saying.
It's all Wild West out there on Twitter land.
He had a blue check mark, but you're right. I don't know.
Anyone with $11 can get a blue check mark.
I know, you're right. It's probably not Jack Z, but, I love baseball, so I always give a nod to anybody that was in the sport in a big-time way.
All right, as far as weather, 65 degrees. We got sun today. It's just on our incline to hotter weather at the end of this week. Thanks to Snoqualmie Casino for giving us a Migs report. That's what's up. And go Kraken.
Yeah, go Kraken.
Big game tonight.
Yeah, big game tonight. Alrighty. I mean,
I hope one of the general manager, Ron Francis, follows me on Twitter. It's Rob Francis, but I believe it's him. There's no way he follows you on social media.
You're probably right. I mean, we haven't heard from Jack Zarenzik in years, so I don't even know what he's doing. But if he's still in Seattle, maybe he likes the Rock.
How do you even spell Jack Zarenzik?
IDUR, which I did not expect.
Yeah, does he still live in Seattle? Does anybody know?
Is it not Jack Zarenzik on Twitter that follows you?
I don't know. I thought it was at Jack Z. And what does the X mean next to somebody's name again? What did we say that meant when he was an X on Twitter?
Naughty.
Well, Jack Z was always naughty when it came to how he made some deals in this town.
A lot of hockey fans and hockey teams, they put the X at the end, meaning they clinched a playoff spot.
Oh, that's what that means on Twitter.
That's what it means with a lot of sports when it's close to playoff time.
Yeah, I know. Oh, no, I know that. But the red X, I have no idea what it means on Twitter.
Oh, that means you're extra naughty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Steve, I don't know either. This damn technology. Yesterday, Steve did get this one wrong.
What is the smallest planet in our solar system?
That would be Uranus.
No.
Jupiter.
No.
Venus.
No.
Jupiter.
I had such disdain in my voice for Jupiter as the smallest planet in our solar system.
Well, they follow me on Twitter, so I like to give them a shout out.
Oh, I don't blame you. That makes a lot of sense. Mercury was the answer we were looking for. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
At Columbia College, you can invest in your future without sacrificing today. Online, in-class, and virtual options save you time and money. Take the first step toward earning your accredited degree. Classes start soon. Learn more at yourfuture.ccis.edu.
Hey y'all, it's Garth, the Big 615. You're going to hear the newest that country music has to offer. At the same time, you're going to hear the newest that the country classics have to offer. I want to hear the new single from George Strait, and I want to hear it right beside the new single from Luke Combs. That's the thing we call the Big 615.
Download the free TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. Or ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident? Are you struggling to recover fair compensation? Look no further. At Phillips Law Firm, the experienced personal injury attorneys will fight for your rights and get you the justice and compensation you deserve. They handle a wide range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, medical malpractice, and workplace injuries. Justice is a phone call away, so don't wait. Call today for a free case review. Call 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Hockey season, as you know, man, it's still going on. The Kraken are...
Ruby, can't you see? Sometimes your plays just hypnotize me.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. Tonight, the Kraken taking on the Stars, trying to get a chokehold in this second round of the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
And you need to really root for the Kraken the proper way, and that is to get a KISW hockey-inspired shirt in the Rock Shop. Ever since we made these shirts, the Kraken became playoff contenders. Groovy, can't you see? Sometimes your play just hypnotize me. Oh, yeah. Steve, what other hockey franchise went to the playoffs so early after a radio station made their own T-shirt about hockey?
Yeah, I don't think anyone in Vegas made T-shirts.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they can kiss our butts.
That's what I'm talking about. So get your KISW hockey-inspired T-shirt today. Root on those Kraken. And if you want info, you want that shirt, you know where to go. KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game. Woo! So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
All right, I'll take it. I mean, it's a Kraken Tuesday. That's why I'll take it.
Or as one texter said, or a tweeter said, it's Turbo Tuesday. Brandon Tanev.
Man, you know, and I know it's a quick aside, but dude, Turbo causes so many cool things to happen, and you don't really notice a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't always put up the goals on the board, but like he's constantly skating hard and hitting people.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if you have the same energy today because you're going up against Drake from Everett. Drake, are you there?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Drake. Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Drake has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you do only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. The soundtrack of which Disney animated film includes many songs by Elvis Presley?
Lilo and Stitch.
Yes. A person who studies planets are called what?
Astrologist?
No.
Astronomist.
No.
Astronomer?
Yes.
There we go.
Willie Nelson named his guitar trigger after a famous what?
Pass.
What do you call a shape with 6 sides?
Hexagon.
Yes. What do you call a person who does not eat meat but eats fish?
Pescatarian.
Correct.
Noise.
St. Paul is the capital of what U.S. state?
St. Paul. Pass.
What bird is known to eat dead animals?
All of them. Vulture.
Yes.
There we go.
What was Netflix's most streamed show in 2022?
2022. Tiger King.
No.
Pass.
The Yankee Clipper was the nickname for what baseball player?
Pass.
How many hours does it take the Earth to make one complete spin?
24?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct.
That's going to be a tough one, Drake, because I think Steve is going to get a lot of those that you missed. Just don't know if he's going to get some that you got. But I feel like Steve's got this one.
All right.
Yeah.
We shall see if you are correct, BJ.
Oh, how do you feel? You don't know? Or are you willing to...
I'm kind of on the same boat.
Oh, dang. I thought I was going to get breakfast out of you.
No.
Oh, damn it.
You're trying to bet? Is that what's going on?
Yes,
around
sir.
Well, we both believe the same thing.
Oh.
I'm trying to get breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get. Trying to get free breakfast.
I mean, you could always just buy breakfast.
That's not free, is it? No, it's not.
On a credit card, right? It's not your money right now.
You could just steal it.
Yeah.
That too.
You know what? You both have really clever ideas that aren't wrong but are illegal.
We go down there, I'll cause a distraction. You just grab some stuff.
Oh, that's even better.
Easy.
Yeah, you're still an accomplice, though.
That's fine, huh? We'll get out of there. I'll wear a wig.
He'll get probation. You'll go to jail.
Just to see Steve in a wig, I am willing to pull off this caper.
Fair. Yeah.
Are you ready, Steve?
Ah, yes.
The soundtrack of which Disney animated film includes many Elvis Presley songs?
I'm going to go with Mulan.
No.
Nope.
Moana.
No.
No, sir.
Elvis and Mickey.
No.
Fun. And go to White Castle.
No. A person who studies planets are called what?
Astrologists.
No.
Astronauts.
No.
Astronomers.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Willie Nelson named his guitar Trigger after a famous what?
Gun.
No.
Horse.
Yes.
That's it.
What do you call a shape with 6 sides?
A hexagon.
Yes.
Noise.
What do you call a person who does not eat meat but eats fish?
A pescatarian.
Yes. St. Paul is the capital of what U.S.
Minnesota.
state? Yes. What bird is known to eat dead animals?
I'm going to go with a pigeon.
No.
Flamingo.
No.
Bird. Hummingbird.
No. What was Netflix's most streamed show in 2022?
Squid Games.
No.
Stranger Things.
Yes.
There you go.
The Yankee Clipper was the nickname for what baseball player?
The Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio.
Yes.
Nice work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And with that, you squeak by with the win, 7-6.
Oh, I knew it was going to be close, Drake, but I felt like Steve would pull it off. Nice game, though, buddy.
Thank you. I figured he beat me too.
Yeah,
That's the spirit.
St. Paul got you. If you were a baseball fan, you would have probably known that.
That's pretty much how it helped me. That and wrestling.
And you might be saying, what the hell are you talking about? What does baseball have to do with St. Paul, Minnesota? Well, the Minnesota Twins are actually named after the Minnesota Twin Cities, St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Yep.
There you go.
Learned something today.
How about that?
Not if you already knew it.
I learned something today.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a young person and you don't have like an interest where someone will pull you aside and give you that father kid moment. Hey, you know why they're called that? And because that would be one of those dad facts that you get.
I remember being younger and I was so confused for the longest time why they had a T and a C on their baseball hat.
Yes.
And I was like, what the hell does the C stand for? And then it's like Twin Cities.
Yeah.
The soundtrack of the Disney animated film that includes many Elvis Presley songs is Lilo and Stitch.
I did not. It shows you. It's been such a long time since I've seen that movie. I had no idea Elvis songs were in that movie.
Oh yeah, like Lilo was obsessed with Elvis to the point where she's trying to create Stitch to be a good citizen. So she's using Elvis. It's like Elvis was good with the ladies. He played music. He was a good citizen. It's really cute.
I had no idea that movie was all about. Gosh, and I know I saw it, so that's
Rewatch
so
it. I love it. The bird that is known to eat dead animals is a vulture.
Oh yeah, that almost was your undoing.
Yeah. Now that you say it, I know it.
Yes, and how many hours does it take the Earth to make one complete spin? You didn't get to that one.
How many hours? I'm going to go with 6,900 hours.
Wait. You really don't know?
24.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. I was just going to... I thought you were kidding, but I was going to really take... I wanted to not pass on the opportunity in case you really didn't know.
The look of disdain.
Oh, I did. I was ready.
On your face.
I was ready to go, listen, Jupiter.
I mean, it looked like as if someone just passed gas in your face.
Yes.
Looked at me.
Oh, I was ready, but damn it, I suspected you might be kidding.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Actually, I needed a second to think about it.
Okay, well, that's okay. I'll give you that. You came back.
Well, rotation / going around the sun. I mean,
there's a lot to think about.
No, that's a year, Danny, going around the
I
sun.
know that. I'm saying there's a lot to think about in that.
That's
question.
what I thought originally. It was an entire year, and I'm like, how many hours are in a year?
Right.
And
I got tracking.
It is bizarre because for me, the solar system was banged into my head and how the Earth did, stuff like that.
What kind of teacher did you have?
Like the times tables.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Whereas I think right now, I don't think they care that much. I mean, they may teach it, but obviously you guys do not have it in your head the way that I do.
It is amazing that you still remember that, but you don't remember your own brother's middle name.
It's true.
Well, he's a space guy.
Yep.
Like I was never a space guy. That stuff was
But
never
like
that
the
interesting
math
to me.
stuff, like the multiplication table, I don't remember any of that
Oh,
stuff.
well, that's numbers. I mean, numbers.
Yeah.
Who remembers?
Hold on a
numbers?
second. You can't judge me. They never taught me my brother's middle name in school, but they did teach me the solar system and they taught me my times
Maybe
table.
they did, and you missed that class.
Yeah.
Well, that's horrible. They needed to really reinforce it with me.
And the times tables are easy when they teach you songs that you still use at 33 years old. Like 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Yeah, I still sing it in my head.
They never taught us that way.
Yeah.
If they
That's
did,
cool.
I phased that out of my memory a long time ago. I burned a few holes in my brain over the course of my life, so I clearly have burnt those parts of my whole
I
my
mean,
brain.
congratulations, because I kind of wish I did too.
Yeah. Well, if you get a chance, when you see Sarah at any events, ask Sarah to teach you how to do your nines tables on your fingers. It's pretty wild. She showed us this week, this weekend. She was like, "Here, let me show you how how to do the nines tables
Why
on your
didn't she do
hands.
this at her wedding? Like, this should have been like the main thing she did.
And every time it works. Like she goes, you can always know what your nines are by just doing it on your fingers. And I'm like, wait a minute, how? And then she showed us. It's pretty awesome. It's obviously you have to see it. Maybe we'll ever do a video of it.
I was going to say, we should probably do a video of that as opposed, because you're asking a lot for people to try and find her and track her down to ask her to do a 9-finger thing.
Besides, asking people to track a person down may not be the right thing either.
And then next you know, she's like walking around like Walmart and someone's yelling, Sarah, show me the fingers.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Okay, this is kind of getting awkward.
It's really awkward.
And especially when she's drunk. I don't want to try to see her do the
just
nines
in Capitol
tables.
Hill and someone's like, yo, Sarah, what about that finger trick?
Yeah, and then
show 9 of them.
That could really be a bad thing to yell out at a bar, especially who you never know who's going to show you a finger trick. Yeah. So never mind. Yeah. Oh, congratulations to everybody involved.
I'll check our TikTok out and you can see the nines tables.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think we're all smarter for this.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I'll tell you this though. There was a dude who got arrested. And why? Well, because instead of doing pest control for a house, he decided to urinate on their furniture. And I actually do have pest control people coming. Now I got to wonder. I got to check my furniture. Now, why would the pest control guy urinate on people's furniture?
On to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. It's 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A Colorado pest control worker named Roger. Oh, boy. Roger was arrested. Why? Well, he was caught on home surveillance video urinating on a client's furniture in their living room. And here is one of the tenants of the home talking about initially discovering that Roger had urinated all over their home.
My cat was sitting at the corner while he was urinating, and we're pretty sure that it splashed onto the cat. The main thing that upsets me is that he urinated on my daughter's toys, and she played with it for 2 days.
Oh, that's horrible. I mean, that is horrible.
I'm watching the cats even looking. I'm like, dude, what the F is wrong with you? Like, here's this, you know, maybe he didn't know he was pest control and he thought he was piss control. I don't know. I don't know what else to think of. Why else are you doing this, sir?
He wasn't really. Well, I guess he was kind of controlling him. You know, he was.
Why would you think to do this?
So they asked him, and I have to say this. I'm going to say this for Roger, the owner of Roger Young's Pest Control.
Wait, so he owns this company?
Yeah, he owns
like
the company.
He's a disgruntled employee. Like, this is his company,
and
this is even better.
He admitted that he did it because, well, you have to. There's video of you just, basically being you. You're, basically irrigating the whole house.
He could say that he runs his tube for his his pest control through his pants. I mean.
You're right. There are excuses.
Yeah, he forgot to wear pants that had pockets, so he had to put it down his pants.
Cops asked him. They're like, dude, what the F? And he said, look, I was just having a bad day, and I was sick of people.
Because you had a bad day.
You know what? I don't condone what he did. But I think that's the way you
answer. The most honest answer you can give.
That's the honest answer. I appreciate the honesty, sir, because that is the only reason you would do something like that is you've had it, you're snapped, and that actually is, I can't fault you for your answer. I think it was horrible, but at least you gave us an honest answer.
I would have preferred that he was sick of people and he was just pissed off, but, having a bad day, I guess, is all right.
Yeah, obviously, man, the tenants, they got to replace their rug, their couch, other belongings, cost them over $4,000. They said, now, I don't know.
You have to replace it. You can just, clean it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I would want to replace it myself, especially the couch.
Yeah. And
the rug. What are they talking about?
Urine, as we know, people who have pets, it is so difficult to get urine out. I mean, you just want to, replace the whole place.
The part that's most infuriating is, why'd you do it to the kids' toys?
Yeah, that's bad.
I feel like that's when, eye for an eye justice needs to happen now.
Yeah, because the kid didn't do anything to you.
It's like we're arresting you and we're putting you behind bars and your new cellmate is R. Kelly.
And let's hope
that'll learn him.
Let's hope, though, that's not something that he actually enjoys. That's the problem. You don't want to punish somebody with something they like.
I've had bad days at work. Never once did I think I'm going to urinate on things.
Yeah, I'd like to say the same thing.
Uh-oh.
I'd like to say the same thing.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So a pest control worker was arrested after being caught on home surveillance video urinating on basically on client's furniture and on kids' toys. Based on this, fill in this sentence. I can't believe they did blank in my home. 206-803-ROCK. That's the number to call. That's the number to text. Fill in this sentence. I can't believe they did blank in my home. Your calls, your texts. After Rage Against the Machine on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com. Nobody said adulting would be easy. Between work, family, chores, and activities, life can get real messy real fast. Good thing there's Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner. Simple Green tackles even the toughest cleanup jobs in every room of your house. Simple Green has been a trusted cleaning brand for nearly 50 years, and it's now available in both lemon and lavender scents. So you get a cleaner that not only works hard, but leaves your home smelling fresh. Even better, Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner is US EPA Safer Choice certified for use around people, pets, and plants. Stronger, safer, fresher. That's the cleaning experience we all want, right? When life gets messy, Simple Green gets it clean. This stuff literally removes dirt, grease, and stains from any washable surface in your home. Visit simplegreen.com today to view their complete product lineup and discover where to buy in your area.
Invest in your future on your schedule at Columbia College. Earn an accredited degree faster with 8-week classes starting 6 times a year. Go at your own pace as you build your future. Learn more at yourfuture.ccis.edu.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, a pest control worker. We have this video, by the way, up on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. If you want to see what is perhaps the worst thing that somebody could do as you let them in your home to do work, this is a video that shows you. This pest control worker got arrested because he was caught on this video urinating on their furniture, on their kids' toys. Apparently it looked like it got on the cat. Based on this, we want you to fill in this sentence. I can't believe they did blank in my home. 206-803-ROCK. That's the number to call. That's the number to text.
Someone said we once had a cleaner that would come every month, and we noticed that, well, she was drinking our beer. It took months before we figured it out it was her. We thought it was our teenage son for the longest time.
Oh, wow.
I'd be so pissed if I'm the teenage son. You're like, look, I'm not drinking your beer. And then I'm like, well, who else is doing it?
Yeah, because you just...
the cleaner. You bull crap.
You don't even... Yeah, I mean, you don't even think. I wouldn't think of that. I would totally not think of that.
I also wouldn't think of doing that if I was working in some... I wouldn't want to touch anything in anyone's home.
Yeah, I mean, unless they tell you, yeah.
Right.
You know, that is... And I have to say, look, I don't know. I feel like you could take a beverage maybe, but beer seems like that's going over the line. I don't know. Alcoholic beverages to me, like, you don't take that...
I see you mean like a Coke. Iced tea.
I feel like that would be okay. Grab a water, sure. But
water out of the Brita, fine. You're opening up a canned beverage... You and I have got some talking to do.
Oh, I don't know about that water out of the Brita, because if they don't refill it, I'm pissed.
Well, at least I can refill that myself.
Okay.
What if I come home and I can't wait to enjoy that delicious Diet Coke that I had waiting in the fridge for me, and then I get home and it's not there?
Yeah, you're right. That is
there's hell to pay.
Yeah, you're right. I'd be pissed.
0 stars on Yelp.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I think we would all put up with that if, in fact, it wasn't somebody urinating all over the couch like this video we have on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. Pest control worker doing that. And so we're wondering, can you fill in this sentence? I can't believe they did blank in my home. 206-803-ROCK. That's the number to call and text.
So it's my ex's parents were staying at our house with us at the time, and his mom came down wearing my pajamas. Mind you, those pajamas are kept in the same drawer as my quote-unquote toys. She didn't think it was strange. He didn't think it was strange either. That relationship didn't last much longer after that.
Okay. I don't even know what to make of all that. Who goes into other people's clothes? Like they're...
Dude, there are some people that are just like, my house, your house, take whatever you want. And maybe that's the mindset that the mom has in her home. I think it's very strange. I agree. Like, you shouldn't be going through somebody's drawers, especially.
Yeah. I mean, your kids get to a certain age where if they're living with you... their room is like basically their home at that point. When they're at a certain age, you just don't go through their stuff anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine if my mom came downstairs and all of a sudden was wearing like my wife's pajamas. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's not cool, dude.
If you didn't pack some, let me know. We have a Target right up the street.
And
go get you something.
Yeah, that's people that just don't have good boundaries. And I have to read a book because of people like that. They just don't honor other people's boundaries.
Oh, you have to read a book about things?
I do. I am. I mean, well, I'm working on that in my life, getting better boundaries. There's a whole book called Boundaries, and turns out if you're a person that thinks that you've set a boundary, like, for instance, you would go, hey, I don't want you to do this. Other human beings don't necessarily honor it because you say it. Like, that's so the book is like, just because you built the fence, that's not enough. That people will still try to break through that fence. It's up to you to maintain that fence's basically ability to keep them out. It's not their job to stay out.
So how do you maintain the fence?
You stand up there like Border Patrol and go,
so you can't come over by the dresser drawer and be like,
well, they call that consequences. So if you've said, Mom, don't get stuff out of that room anymore, and then all of a sudden here, Mom comes down after you set the boundary, then you do the consequences. That's what you're supposed to do. That's the real boundary, apparently. According to this book, the boundary is the consequence if they violate your boundary.
And you urinate in their luggage.
Listen, I didn't tell you what you should do for a consequence, but I do believe urinating on their luggage would definitely show some sort of consequence.
Do they offer examples of types of consequences? Kick her out of the house and lock the doors?
Well, they do tell you in the book if somebody does A, B, and C, like, for instance, Yarfs that you asked, one guy wouldn't come home. Now, this book was written a long time ago, so some of the examples are really dated.
Okay.
Like, if your husband is coming home late for dinner every night, that was one of the consequences. And I'm like, well, this book was written a long time ago because the wife making dinner while the husband comes home late, who even does that anymore? I think that, dinner is made by whomever is there, and maybe you're lucky if you eat together as a family these days. And the idea is the husband kept coming home late. So instead of waiting and having everybody's schedule thrown off, you just have dinner without him and put his food in the fridge.
Oh, and then
that's the consequence. And he has to heat it up, and then that's
not bad of a consequence, honestly.
Yeah,
I come home, my wife made me lunch, but she puts it in the fridge, and I just heat it up. Nothing different.
Yeah, but if you want to have family dinners, then you're going to have to figure it out on your own. She's not going to make the adjustment. That's the consequence.
What if the husband comes home and is like, sweet, I don't have to eat dinner with you. Watch my hockey game. And
that should have been his statement in the first place. He could have saved her so much grief thinking that he was wanting to be home the whole time. See? Boundaries.
All right, I wonder how they would handle this one then. I had a bud that stayed at my house, and while we were asleep, he was drunk and grilled all the steaks that I had in the fridge. I had 4 filet mignons.
Oh, my God, that is a crime against nature.
Didn't even remember doing it. Needless to say, I was pissed.
Here's what I will say, man.
Consequences. You beat him in the head with the other filet mignon.
I'm going to say this. Sometimes people use the excuse I don't remember when in fact they do.
Oh, yeah, I'd remember every delicious bite.
Yeah. But if you don't remember, I've had one time in my life, Steve, where I got so drunk I didn't remember. And it scared the hell out of me because people told me the stuff that I did, which wasn't horrible, but they just told me stuff that I did that I didn't remember. And I'm like, I never want that to happen again. If you're blackout drunk, you need to go get help. I don't think people should be drinking to the point where they get blackout drunk on a basis where they do that.
I think a lot of people use that as like an excuse so that way they don't have to have the actual conversation. Be like, look, I was drunk and hungry and those looked delicious. And they were.
Yeah. I mean, that's the honesty.
I'd rather hear that.
I would take that.
And be like, you know what? I'll go to the store today and I'll go buy you 4 more.
See, I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, boundaries, Steve.
Boundaries. Consequences.
That's what it is.
These people need some consequences.
I see Vicky's got her hand in the air about what happened in her life when people did stuff in her home.
Very similar to the pest control thing, but it wasn't in my home. It was on my home.
Somebody did a little business on your home?
Yes, in front of me.
Oh, I don't know. In front of you?
Yeah. I hired a service, if you will, from like a family friend, and I think he was trying to help his buddies out. So it's like, hey, hire my buddies. They need some help. And they came over to do the service, and as I'm coming up to greet them, because I got the cameras everywhere, I know when people arrive, the guy just immediately goes and starts to do his business on the side of my house. In front of me. Did he not think I owned the house or that I was the person? And plus I'm a lady. Why are you doing that in front of a lady? I don't know their mindset.
Did you call the cops?
No, but because it's like a family friend. I didn't really know what to do.
What is wrong with your family? Why is he their friend?
Right? And
Did you tell your family?
that's the thing. My family friend was, doing some work for me at a much reduced price. So it was kind of that awkward, like, oh, I know you're already doing me a favor, and I feel bad throwing this guy under the bus, but ew. I did tell my dad, so my dad, I don't know if he told his friend, but I'm like, I'll leave it in your hands. I don't want to deal with this.
At least you told your dad. I think that's a cool thing, because then your dad can and here's your poor father. Your father vouched for somebody, and now he looks like an a-hole. And I mean,
that guy looks like an a-hole.
Well,
I've known him for years.
Well, in every way, shape, or form. Everyone looks bad on this one. And this is why, man, you want to help people out. I say this. I do not like the friends. I don't like friends and business mixed. I've been burned enough times to go, sorry, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just not. If he's an idiot, that's why he needs help, because he's an idiot, probably.
I'm case by case with that one, but there are certain things where I'm like, certain, like massive things, like when it came to like a mortgage person or something like that. I'm like, I'd rather just deal with somebody that I can that's been doing it for many years. I appreciate that you just started doing this business, but I'm not handing over that kind of a massive money amount to somebody in that. But like a small work, my buddy's doing like some kind of like a house painting. I'm like, all right, I'm more than happy to, work with them in that.
And the thing that seemed dumb to me was, I think the guy who was doing this particular service, that was either his, family member or buddy or whatever. He wasn't even the main guy. He was just a helper. So, the guy didn't say anything to him. I feel like if I had brought somebody to come help me with a job, I would be like, what the hell are you doing? You're, peeing in front of somebody that we're, working for. At least go around the side of the house or ask me. I'll let you use my bathroom.
I was about to say, did you offer to let them use the bathroom?
Well, he ended up just doing that before I could even say hi.
The sad thing about the world of...
You must have to really go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is.
Long drive.
The sad thing about construction, dude, a lot of the folks that they have to go get have got serious issues. They just do. And anybody in the construction business will tell you that sometimes they just got to employ people that are sketchy as hell. A lot of them have substance abuse problems. It is a tough business to just
small bladders.
Yeah. I mean, because let's be honest. Who would do something like that outside in front of people? I would say somebody that probably has got a substance abuse issue and just probably was high or drunk or a little bit of both at the time.
Or very hydrated.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
You're jumping in these conclusions, man.
I'm totally for sure thinking that he was not he probably was very hydrated, but alcohol's supposed to dehydrate you a little bit, so you'd think he wouldn't have to do it so much.
It made me think of it's a little bit different, but it kind of, I remember one time when we were going to one of those big hockey tournaments, everybody on our hockey team was meeting at my house when I lived at the old house in Puyallup, and then the party bus was going to come pick us up, but everyone showed up and we're all hanging out, and 4 of the dudes on my team are just outside of my house, pull down their pants and just start going number one on the bushes.
Wait, what?
And I'm looking out there and I'm like, guys, I have 2 bathrooms. We don't need to do this. And I think they just got into drinking, partying mindset where you just kind of pee outside. It's just I'm looking at them and everyone else was just laughing too. We're just there are bathrooms that are not being used right now.
Dude, you're a better man than me.
Oh, well, what am I going to do?
Oh, I know what you're going to do.
The consequences, me get a knife and cut off the
Dude, you know what I would have done. It would have been a tirade.
Oh.
But see, that's why I'm not hanging with people like that.
Vodka tonics, so it's 8 a.m. We're ready to go.
Yeah, see, that's what I wouldn't hang with any of you. It's obviously you don't know how to be normal people when you're drinking, because that's not what you do.
Well, they don't call us the donkeys for a reason.
Okay, again, this is why I don't. This is why I don't even want to be around you or anybody like that. Now, granted, you're older, so maybe you're a little different because the children in your life might have taught you to be a little bit more responsible.
I like to think so, but when I saw them for that hockey tournament, they were in the parking lot, and some guys were just didn't want to make the trip into the rink to go.
Okay, here we
number
go.
one.
I can't be around those people.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you're a better man than me. I mean, this is why you're friends with them, and
I enjoy being around those people.
Yeah, I mean, look, I wish I had the brain to be able to shut that stuff off, but that would drive me crazy.
Oh, it was fun. I'm dude, it's 8 a.m. There are families. Go inside my house.
See, you're nice enough. I would have been screaming that at the top of my lungs because that's my house. I'm the one that has to answer for that.
Yeah.
I'd be so, oh, God.
I mean, luckily they were aimed towards the house. They were aimed out towards the public.
Oh, they're aimed towards, you should have led with that.
My bad.
That's fine then. Everybody knows as long as you aim towards the house, then it's perfectly all right to urinate in public.
But it was great because it was from my house where the bushes were right by, there's a room with a big window. So I walk into that room and I just see 4 of my dudes just You know what?
This is why
there's sausages hanging.
Guys, this is
like,
why.
what are you doing? I'm looking at them, like all four of them making eye contact.
This is why we get a bad name, guys. You really have to think of the brand. Right now, the brand of men, not necessarily great all the time. This is not helping.
Well, luckily, HOA never said anything.
Yeah, luckily, geez, yeah, you are right. I mean, I think at some point the HOA people would go, normally these a-holes who complain at these meetings, but this, I suppose, is legitimate.
That would be the letter of all letters.
Oh, yeah.
I know your excuse be like, hey, look, we're in a drought. I was conserving water, watering my plants. Totally.
Yeah, okay.
No?
I mean,
Easter weekend, we noticed that there were 4 individuals outside of your home with their pants around their ankles, urinating on your bushes.
I know. Do I want to have to be the one to go, am I really writing this up? I have to post this? What?
They've probably written dumber things.
I don't think so.
You're probably right.
No, I think this wins. I really do.
Right.
I really just was like, okay. This is one way, though, for you to unite the neighborhood, because I think everybody would actually be on board with this.
Maybe they were happy we left finally.
I think they were. Oh, you know me. I would have been the neighbor going, because I would have had a nickname for you guys. The Bush Peers. I would have said, the Bush Peers left the neighborhood? Thank God.
The Bush Peers.
Oh, you would have been the Bush Peers.
Come up with a better nickname.
All right, listen, I have better nicknames, but we're on the radio.
Okay.
So it's the best I can do with the FCC breathing down my neck.
Like the Tinkle Schmitz or something like that.
The Tinkle Schmitz.
See, I was thinking the pine.
John Jacob
At least go with
Tinkle Schmidt.
At least go with 2 P's. Pine Pier.
The Pine Pier?
Yeah, the Pine Piers.
Not your best work, but okay, we'll get back
fantastic.
to
I like to stick with the Tinkle Schmitz, I think.
Yeah, I think the Tinkle Schmitz kind of does work better than the Pine Piers or the Bush Piers.
Or the Porch Piers.
Porch Pier. Oh, there was
well,
P's.
All right. I mean, yeah, we alliterate, which we've learned in the business is the right thing to do, even though it's not accurate about what happened.
Well, don't let accuracy get in the way of a good
point.
alliteration. Isn't that the old saying?
That's at least that's what they paid that consultant for. All right, 80% of people, guess what they've admitted? They've admitted to snooping through someone's phone. But how about this? They say, I don't just snoop through my significant other's phone. Oh, my God. Anybody's? I'll tell you about it at 7:47.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
At Columbia College, you can invest in your future without sacrificing today. Online, in-class, and virtual options save you time and money. Take the first step toward earning your accredited degree. Classes start soon. Learn more at yourfuture.ccis.edu.
Hey y'all, it's Garth. I love the country music family. I love the country music family of artists and the country music family of songs. Some of the greatest artists to ever grace music are under the flag of country music. And some of the greatest songs in music history are under the flag of country music. The Big 615, you're going to hear the newest that country music has to offer. At the same time, you're going to hear the newest that the country classics have to offer. I want to hear the new single from George Strait, and I want to hear it right beside the new single from Luke Combs. And I think the country music family is one of those families that is very inclusive and wants both the established artists and the new artists to be side by side in this thing we call country music.
Download the TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. And by the way, yes, it's free. You can also ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn.
Have you been in an accident that wasn't your fault? Feeling overwhelmed and unsure what to do next? Look no further. The personal injury attorneys at Phillips Law Firm are here to help. Phillips Law Firm understands that accidents can turn your life upside down. That's why they're dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve and to making the process as stress-free as possible. Don't wait any longer. Call now, 1-800-JUSTICE, or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. I'm about to give you a very, very, to me, what I believe is a very disturbing stat. And as it turns out, at least almost 80% of us have done this, and I think this is a horrible thing to do.
Okay.
I just want, and I don't know if it's because I'm a boomer, but the new study has come out that basically at least 77% of us have snooped through someone else's phone before. And it's definitely broken down by gender. I'm going to tell you that the gender that does it the least does it 77% of the time.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
That is so if you decide, okay, one gender does it 82%, the other one does it 77%, that's not much of a difference.
No.
It really, really isn't.
Especially depending on how many people they did the study with.
I got to tell you right now, when you heard the word snooping, in my generation, look, it was just snoopers usually were women. Mm-hmm. I think men were just like, dude, I know my boundaries. I know territory. I'm not going to invade somebody's space. That's what it used to be in my generation. Now, both genders are equally bad, and so many of us are equally bad when it comes to snooping through somebody's phone. That's your phone, Steve. I would never pick it up and go through it. I would never do that.
That's like my dumb ass was just about to go, yeah, the experience I've ever had has been with a woman snooping through my phone. I realized, I've only been in relationships with women, so of course, why would I have a situation where, what are you doing, Danny? You're looking through my phone?
Well, you also don't get as mad at me, so every break I go through your phone. It's fine.
Honestly, I've never been a snoop. I honestly can say with pride that I've never snooped through somebody's phone.
Yeah, and here's two reasons why they do it. The second reason, I understand, still doesn't give you the right, but I understand, and that is they believe that there's some wrongdoing, suspicion of wrongdoing.
Sure.
But the first reason, to me, I just want to kick you in the junk.
Oh.
I really do.
Well, let me put on my cup.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going through your phone because of general curiosity. F you. I'm not. Get the F out of my private business, general curiosity.
Some people are like that, though.
I hate that.
It's like surfing. And I wonder if deep down they're actually looking for something. But I think there are some people just curious. Like, they just that they find that interesting. I mean, going through some of these diary. Back in the diary days or journals. I have zero interest in looking into something that I'm not supposed to look at whatsoever.
Dude, I think this is why there's a lot of people posting about why they're hating Ted Lasso, because they actually talked about it in the last episode, because there was a photo leak of one of the characters who did something sexual, and it was a porn thing kind of, and they talked about it on the episode about how, what's privacy and all the photos you have on your phone from exes, and is that cool? Should you delete them? And a lot of people have just responded about how the season sucks based on this episode, and I'm like, or are you one of the 77% and you feel bad about this?
Hitting a little too close. So have you ever had anyone snoop through your phone?
Through my phone. Boy, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I don't. You
guys have been together for a long time, so maybe in your early days, did someone ever go through the stones that you would do your hieroglyphics on before?
I've had a lot of people come into my cave and look at my paintings, and I'm like, that ain't cool, dude. Those are my scrolls.
What about your Rolodex? Did you ever have a Rolodex?
I did have a Rolodex, but that's
I forgot about Rolodexes.
Yeah, that was always
But you didn't put porn stuff in there, did you? It's not
but you might have some lady's number that you are hooking up with.
Yeah, I mean, not
Slutty Sally or something like that.
Yeah, Slutty Sally.
Yeah, you put that on there.
If you're a moron and you put Slutty Sally in your Rolodex, you do. But your little black book, that. Right. That's what they used to have. Now, obviously the little black book is exactly what that was.
I never had a little black book because I never was able to get numbers from girls.
And we assume that Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And there could be Zoomers and alphas that don't even know what a black book is, but that was your private little book that was all your bang buddies.
I had a roommate who had a little black book, and it was back in the roommate days when we get wasted, I would go to bed and I could hear him in the other room paging through his book, calling people on a landline back then. This is, and be like, hey, it's me. And then have to remind him who he is. All right, sorry for bugging you. Hang up the phone. Next thing, calling another person. He would go through that, and I'd wake up the next morning, and he'd be on the couch, just passed out with the book on the floor. And I'm like, wow, you batted 0.
0.
How many people did you call before you finally just threw in the towel and fell asleep?
Man, the little black book. Now, your phone is basically your little black book, and who knows what else.
I've had an ex. I remember, and it was soon after that she ended up being an ex. But I remember waking up. I was at her place, staying at her place. And I woke up in the middle of the night, opened up my eyes, and she's sitting on the bed with this is my first cell phone ever, just scrolling through. And just looking, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she looks at me like she's like a demon, like almost like a horn, like, who is this person? And who is this person? It was just like, oh, that's a family member, and that's a this. And it's like, what are we doing? Why is this going on?
Oh, that is so horrible.
Like any female that was in my contacts, she was giving me like the stink eye about, and these are just all like, that's a coworker, that's a this. It's like, oh, that one, I'm banging her on the side.
Sorry, she's a
busted.
That not that I have to tell you again because I've been reading this book, Boundaries, but that's a boundary violation, Steve.
Yeah, that was. This is before I think you even were able to put like security codes on. I remember I had another ex that did that, and I put like one of those security things on my phone, like back when like they first started becoming a thing where you could like put like a numbers, like how we have them now. And I remember she was like, came back out of the shower or something, and she was like mad. She's like, why do you have a security thing on your phone? I'm like, why would you know that? She's like, well, I was looking through your phone and I couldn't open it. And I was like,
my God. Why would you even admit that, you stalker crazy person?
I was just like, are we really having this conversation?
Wow.
That's why.
Steve, why did you lock up all your knives? Why don't I have access to them?
I was just like, she's like, well, you wouldn't put a lock on your phone if you had if you were hiding something.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, well, this is we're going in a circular argument.
Yeah, we are.
Quite possibly I put the lock on my phone because I felt that you were just invading my privacy. And that didn't.
Wow.
Well, if you have nothing to hide, why is it private?
I mean,
I was like, oh, my brain hurts. I can't do this.
Why do I have a lock on my door? I mean, my friends could say to me, I'm your friend. Why can't I just walk in your house anytime I want? That is the dumbest thing to say, boundary lady.
Dan, do you ever have an ex?
Oh, wow.
Your phone?
Yeah, my ex-wife multiple times.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. We broke up multiple times. And I mean, not that I was innocent by any means.
Did she see the text I used to send you?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
See, Danny brings up a really good point, though. And this is it's still not right, but Danny said, she went through his phone because she suspected him of something, and he did say he wasn't innocent. 53% of these snoopers say that they have indeed found incriminating evidence, which is, I understand that empowers you to think you have a right to do it because they're guilty, but you still don't have a right to do this, even if half the time they are guilty.
The only time my wife, I looked at my phone for something, and I said, yeah, just go through my phone and you can find it. And I remember she was like, what is this? And I was like, what do I have on my phone? I was like, what did I do? Like, you start thinking like a million miles a minute in your head, like, what quite possibly could be looked at as the wrong way? And I'm like, oh man, what did I do wrong? And she's like, why do you have the Burger King app on your phone? I was like, what? She's like, why do you have a Burger King app on your phone? That seems very odd. I was like, I just, for work, I needed to check and see stuff. She wasn't really mad. She just thought that was funny that I was like, why would you have the Burger King app? I'm like, I don't know. Of all the things you're mad at, like, of all the things you spotted, okay.
You get all free deals when you have the app. A lot
$3
of
Whoppers.
Yeah, you can't get anything anymore if that's
but
without
she
the
doesn't
app.
think you're going to Burger King, and then you have the Burger King app.
It was just like one of those, like, are you going to Burger King more than I realized? I'm like, maybe. That, and I also had the app that would tell you the ice cream locator for McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that would tell you when there was like an app that someone created.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you have that? I was like, that was purely out of curiosity. I thought that was a funny story that we read.
I do remember that one time that I was innocent, and my ex-wife found a picture of a naked girl on my phone. And she's like, who is this? And I was like, oh, no, that's a porn star. I was sending that to my friend to say he should check her out. And she was like, no, it's not. And I literally had to go on Pornhub and be like, no, she's a porn star. I swear to God, I'm not talking to her.
Right.
And I found the exact picture, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a random thing to get in an argument about, right?
I know. I was like, why are we... yeah.
That's why, look, man, snooping is not the way to go, even though people think they have to. Really, you need to go talk to somebody about whether or not you really feel like you're being cheated on, and you got to do something about it. Or you've got to work on yourself to realize, dude, you just suspect people are cheating on you. You can't go breaking somebody's. You just can't go do stuff like this. And yet, 77% of people, 80 of men, 88% of women, they snoop. They think it's fine.
I got to ask your daughter. What do you think if we ask her? Has she snooped through an ex's phone?
Yes, 100%.
I think yes too.
Yeah.
I think when she was younger. I don't think she would anytime soon.
The age doesn't matter.
Okay, but yes.
I don't know. I really don't know. If I were to bet, I'm going to make a bet right now.
What do we
I
bet?
don't think she has.
Okay.
I would make that bet.
69 cents?
69 cents that Sarah hasn't gone through anybody's stuff.
All right, Sarah, have you ever snooped through somebody's phone? Be honest.
I'm so sorry, Father. You were wrong.
Yes, you should have made the bet.
Well, at least I think well of my daughter.
They get like QR code so you could Venmo me 69 cents.
All right, fine.
Listen, I would like to think I am not that much of a crazy bitch nowadays, but back in the day, I was, for sure.
Have you ever snooped on J-Rubs' phone?
No.
Thank you.
The relationship that I did snoop on the phone made me realize, like, once you're snooping on someone's phone, you have no trust.
Right.
Like, at that point, you either have to have a conversation or it's time to break
just be
up.
done. Like, if you're thinking that they are, and if they are, and you're like, that proves that I'm right, well, you should not be in that relationship.
Still, exactly. Yeah, you're going to end it either way. So.
Yeah, well, good call. At least you know that. And I think that's...
Somebody's 69 cents richer.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, Steve, Danny, you guys knew me. Same with Vicky. Yeah.
I bet Vicky has too.
Last time I did
was
was 19. I was 19 years old, and he was talking to other ladies. And there's a reason why we broke up.
Yeah.
And I refused to do it anytime since. Like, I had a boyfriend who gave me his code. He's like, here's the code to my phone.
I don't want it.
And I'm like, I don't care.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. I'm not going to look at your phone unless you're specifically asking me to get something for you on your phone. I'm not getting into your phone.
At least you actually found evidence. I literally stole his phone, ran in the middle of the night.
Oh, boy.
Ran off to the bathroom. This was before I had ever had.
The adrenaline was flying high.
You have no idea. My heart was racing. And I hadn't had a smartphone then, so I had no idea how to work it. I literally ended up calling the girl at 3 a.m. on his phone.
Whoa, baby.
And after I accidentally called her, I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to check his text. Like,
so this was an accident you called her. I thought you did it out of like pure jealousy.
No,
that would have been more awesome.
I didn't even
Listen, bitch.
I know what you're doing. I didn't even look at the text messages. Like, I accidentally, instead of went to that area, called her. And so the next morning, he wakes up and he has a text from her saying, why'd you call me at 3 a.m.?
Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, boy. And so he went to you and said, why'd you call my...
He didn't.
Banging? Oh, yeah. Dude, did you call the girl I'm banging on the side?
I know. I was like, oh, did he just think he accidentally called her or maybe drunk dialed? I don't know. But I was shocked he didn't even ask me about it.
I feel like
he ask you?
Yeah, he's not going to say a word. He knows he's doing bad stuff. He's hoping all of it blows over.
I mean, thank goodness he didn't really, because then it.
Did you end the relationship soon after that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did he ever say anything? Like,
never.
Did you ever bring that up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember that 3 a.m. call? That was me.
I called her accidentally.
Yeah.
I couldn't even read the text because I'm so stupid.
It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing when you suspect somebody's doing something and you're right, but you still violated it. I did it with somebody's diary. Because we didn't have smartphones, but people had diaries.
Better not have been mine.
Diaries. Yeah.
Oh, like a girl you were interested in?
Oh, yeah, that's a long time ago.
Okay.
Oh, no, not your diary.
I'm still mad you lost your diary, because I wanted to do a segment where we read your diary on the air.
I am
so
too.
good. Yeah.
It was probably so mean.
Yeah, she would probably have some entries in about her father and what an idiot he was. I'm sure.
Yeah. And all my friends who are still my close friends, but just calling them.
But I wonder now, because you got to worry about your kids and all that. Like, I wonder if I'm gonna what do you think? I bet people snoop on their kids' phones too.
And that's not a good thing to do.
No,
either.
I don't think so either.
That's going to be so tempting, though. I bet.
know, because you want to protect your kid and make sure they're not doing anything wrong or nothing but you just gotta have to have good communication, I guess.
Dad, I'm surprised you didn't with all the crazy dudes I dated.
Sarah, I'm telling you, I the only reason I didn't is because I did search through somebody's diary before in my life and realized what a violation that was, and I felt horrible about me as a human being. That's why I didn't. I that was the one thing that taught me you will not do this to anybody else again, BJ. Even though I was right in my suspicions, I still was an a-hole. There's no way of saying, there's better ways to handle my suspicions than to violate somebody's privacy. And that's that ends justifies the means thing. And I think I'm never going to use the ends justify the means, because I think it compromises you as a human being. You can't come back from basically being a douche, even if you think you're doing it for good reasons. Not going to do that.
Oh, you've come back from being a douche plenty of times.
Oh, that's because I don't do that anymore. So that's why, Sarah, I just decided to be a better parent. Rather than violate your privacy, if I was worried about you, I would just then, how can I be a good example in her life of how to be with a good dude? I thought I better just be a good husband as best as I can to show her what a good man is like, and hopefully she'll see that the guys you're with are not how I am with your mom, and you might go, I need a better standard of man. I think that's the best I could do as a father.
That's why you stayed out of prison all this time.
I did a good job, didn't I, Steve?
Yes, I'm impressed.
I never went to prison, and that's what I kept looking at Sarah going, at some point, do you realize if you date somebody not in prison, it's going to be a step up?
I would visit you if you ever were in prison.
Yeah, that's why J Rubs was the man of the year.
Oh, we'd have to. We'd have to do like a show venture to visit PJ in prison.
I wouldn't visit you. If I was in prison, I would turn down that visit. I don't want to see you.
What?
Oh, we'd show up with your favorite food and eat it in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is why I wouldn't want you guys to visit me in prison.
A nice no-name cake.
Right
between the glass. You can just see it, but...
Yeah, you're not going to let me eat it. Yeah.
Heck no.
Yeah, so, you guys know way. No visitation rights. I'm out. Done. Not going to do that thing on the glass and have Steve just push a no-name thing up against the glass. Yeah, not going to do that.
Kind of romantic, too.
I put it on in between my ear and the phone. Be like, sorry, BJ, can't hear you.
Yeah.
There's a no-name cape in between us.
And I'd be like, hey, if murder is added to my sentence, am I still going to stay the same amount of time? Okay, good. Just wanted to know. Yeah. Okay, here's, we're talking food. I have a question for Burger King. Why, Burger King, are you making Red Whoppers?
The Red Whopper.
Sounds delicious.
I should check their app.
You know what? I think Burger King's going to give me and you an answer at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com. Nobody said adulting would be easy. Between work, family, chores, and activities, life can get real messy real fast. Good thing there's Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner. Simple Green tackles even the toughest cleanup jobs in every room of your house. Simple Green has been a trusted cleaning brand for nearly 50 years, and it's now available in both lemon and lavender scents. So you get a cleaner that not only works hard, but leaves your home smelling fresh. Even better, Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner is US EPA Safer Choice certified for use around people, pets, and plants. Stronger, safer, fresher. That's the cleaning experience we all want, right? When life gets messy, Simple Green gets it clean. This stuff literally removes dirt, grease, and stains from any washable surface in your home. Visit simplegreen.com today to view their complete product lineup and discover where to buy in your area.
Invest in your future at Columbia College. Take that next step toward the career you've been dreaming of. From a leader in online learning for over 20 years, make a difference in your future with a degree from Columbia College. Learn more at yourfuture.ccis.edu.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Burger King is debuting a Red Whopper, and that's going to be next week on May 15th.
Ooh.
Now you might be like, why are they doing a Red Whopper?
Why not? I'll still eat it.
Yeah. There's a new Spider-Man animated movie coming out, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which the first one actually was very successful.
Okay.
So this is a follow-up on that, and
I've lost track on what Spider-Man has done what.
Yeah, this is definitely a deep cut into the Spider-Man world, so you wouldn't really... I'm not even going to try to tell you.
Okay,
it's just
fair.
a deep cut. The animation style was really cool. The writing was really done well. The voice acting was good. I enjoyed it, and a lot of people did, so that's why they're doing another one.
Is this the Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Yes,
I know that
one.
much. Okay.
Oh, good for you that you even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of... Basically, just it's the multiverse, which means there's different parallel dimensions with different parallel Spider-Mans and even a Spider Ham. So whatever, you know what I mean?
When are we going to get a Spider Ham burger?
Spider Ham. I know, really, Arby's should do the Spider Ham, right?
You would think.
Yeah. I mean, it looks weird, but, Miles Morales' costume is kind of blackish and reddish, and so it's got this red bun with black sesame seeds. And they have a Spider-Verse sundae, which is an ice cream topped with black and red chocolate candy.
I want to see what that looks like. That sounds delicious.
I mean, so it looks awesome.
Just food dyed the bun, right?
Yeah, but I'm
glad they were red and not black, because I know his outfit has a lot of black. That would be I can't remember. Didn't a burger do a black bun?
I think it was the Whopper. Actually.
Was it a Whopper? I never tried it because it just looked burnt.
Yeah, that's the trouble with black on any food is did it get charred?
Yeah, it was the Halloween one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So
that's weird looking.
It is.
Are they going to do other themes like for Christmas, like red and green, or St. Patrick's Day green?
Well, you kind of got. I mean, with the lettuce and pickles, you've already got Christmas ready to go with the red bun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, why not? Look, if it tastes good, I don't care. Red doesn't throw me off. Black throws me off a little bit just because it looks like it's burnt, like you said.
It's still going to taste like a Whopper.
Yeah, the Whopper itself is the same.
It's funny how like a color to a certain food can impact the taste, even though it really isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and look, it's not like I haven't had red food before, so it's okay.
Because I wonder, like, if we blindfolded you and like had like a black Whopper, a red Whopper, and then just the normal bun Whopper, if you'd be able to tell the difference in taste.
So, yeah, if the dye somehow makes the bread a little different in, like, texture, that's all I would think I'd know. But yeah, the Whopper is going to be still delicious. Yeah. Oh, man.
That just made me very hungry for a Whopper.
I just had a Big Mac over the weekend, too. I was very excited.
You had a Big Mac? When's the last time you had a Big Mac?
Probably a long time, because I can't even remember.
And then they add more sauce to it?
That's why I did it.
Okay, how was it?
Somebody was going to McDonald's, and I'm like, dude, if you're going to McDonald's, let me try one of those new Big Macs. Let's see what's up.
So what'd you think?
It was good. Love all that sauce.
Okay.
Did you ask for extra sauce?
I didn't. I decided to go with whatever they put on there. Though I will tell you, I don't think the people that went there knew you could get extra Big Mac sauce, which I was a little disappointed because I wanted to dip my fries in that. That did not happen.
Well, that's what happens when you send a bunch of amateurs to do a professional job.
Yeah, you're right. They are definitely amateurs. Steve, I looked at them and I go, oh, boy.
So you went the full meal deal? Now you went with the fries?
And got me a little Diet Cola and boom, done.
Okay, you can't go to McDonald's and not get the fries.
Yeah, you have to get the fries.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
and they're just as delicious as I remember. It's a good thing that I don't go to McDonald's a lot because I would eat all the fries and all the burgers. It's still good. You know what? As much as we talk about like the favorite burgers that I love in life, McDonald's never lets me down. They make a good burger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
They never let me down.
My jam before I stopped eating meat was the what the hell was it? The double quarter pounder.
Ooh, quarter pounder's a good burger.
The double one, just the quarter pounder with cheese. That was a go-to. After a while, like I used to be a massive Big Mac guy, and then like I ate it way too much to where it was like I need a break from the Big Mac.
Yeah.
This is back in my like heaviest days where I was having a Big Mac sometimes twice a day.
I want to try a quarter pounder with the Big Mac sauce.
Why not?
That's what I want to do.
You just eliminated one of the bread, so it's like extra healthy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Low carb. Yeah, totally low carb.
Yeah.
See, for me, every time I go to McDonald's these days, I'm just doing the chicken sandwich, the spicy, or the spicy chicken sandwich, or the McNuggets.
The McNuggets is where it's at.
It's just because they're so easy to eat. They're nice little snacky before you go and have dinner. Like, best thing ever.
I've never had a bad chicken McNugget.
No.
Again, this is why I have to limit my visits to these fine restaurants because of the fact that it is all just so darn tasty. But obviously, on a daily basis and in the quantities I would consume, not really good.
Yeah.
Not really good. All right, so, well, we've asked this question before, and I'll ask it again. How many of you folks on this show have shoplifted?
Well, last time I said yes. This time I'm going to say no.
Oh, good job.
I'm changing it up.
You need to change it up. You don't know who's listening.
I have.
I think half of us
not very
said
proud
no.
of it, but as a kid, I did.
Yeah, me too. But I think the half of our show said no, or am I wrong?
No, I have definitely.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Oh, wow.
Has anyone done it after being a teen?
Yes.
So you've done it in your 20s?
Yes, and
and me too.
On accident, but then and also not on accident.
I have done something where I realized they didn't ring me up for it, and I was home when I realized it, and I was like, I don't feel like going back. It was more out of laziness. I wasn't really trying to be a criminal.
Yeah.
Same, actually. I've done that one before too.
And it was never like anything. It was like $5. It wasn't like something that was like $100.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? Honestly, I don't think I've ever stolen anything over $10.
Yeah.
It was just like cheap stuff that I was just like, I don't. There was one time I don't want to wait in the line at the grocery store, so I'm just going to take it.
Oh, okay.
This was like when I was like 22 because the lines were huge.
I've come close to that before. I was like, I'm just going to throw money at the counter and be like, this is more than what it's worth. I just don't want to wait.
I was buying a Gatorade or something, and it was like I was super thirsty, and it was just like, there's 15 people in line. I'm just taking this.
Whoa. You don't even leave like the money on the counter and just go?
Nope, sure did not.
At least when the Incredible Hulk would steal people's clothes off their clothesline, he would leave some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Which is, how is it you don't have clothes when you Hulk out, but you have money?
And what kind of job did he have? It clearly was a very stress-free job.
Yeah, definitely that he had money and he could still basically be gone for days and months or whatever.
Right, nobody pissed him off or he hulked up and hurt them.
Yeah. And for you folks that don't know, we're talking about the TV show way back in the day, the Incredible Hulk TV show. Steve, because we have to.
Talk about real life, man.
Yeah, people only know the Hulk from the Avengers movies, and they never saw him stealing clothes in those movies.
Oh, you guys missed out on the criminal days of the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
I feel like he did, though, in one of the movies.
Did he steal clothes in one of the movies? Oh, I didn't realize that.
I don't know if he left money, but yeah, he did.
Well, that's a nice nod to the old TV show, because at the end of every episode, he's at somebody's clothesline stealing clothes because he hulked out again.
But yeah, I mean, I think of him, it was the days of just stealing G.I. Joe action figures.
Oh, yeah.
See, as a kid, it's kind of hard.
And candy.
It's kind of hard to basically judge you because, you've grown up in a world where whatever you asked for, people gave you, and so you just thought, well, why can't I take it? I always get it.
Oh, no, I knew what I was doing was wrong.
Oh, nice going.
See, and my mentality when I was a teenager was, I don't get anything. I don't have the money for it, or I don't want to bug my parents for it, so why the hell not? And that was my mentality.
My mentality was I blame my father.
That's a good way to do it. Blame everyone. Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this. I think I have a legitimate excuse because I got into one of the worst arguments with my father, and he yelled at me in the store. And because I was a person that went to school, and they taught you things in school, right and wrong. So I saw a wrong happening at the store. And my father was pissed at me because he bought a $3,000 vanity for our bathroom. Maybe it was a $300 vanity. Like, one of the things you open, when you put the mirror and you put your medicines and like that. He bought one of those for $300 and she rang it up for $3. And
Sweet.
It was one of those new computer registers at the time. They were new, and she put the decimal point in the wrong place.
Best sale ever.
I see. This is you're my dad, and you were on the same page. But I saw it happening, and I saw exactly what went wrong. And I said, "Hey, I think," and he just pulled me aside and said, "Shut up." And like shoved me away.
He's like, dude, I'm about to save $297.
And then after he did it, I then had a giant fight with him like elsewhere in the store about how that was wrong. I'm like, dude, that is wrong. I mean, it's supposed to be $300 and you paid $3. And he was like, don't worry, the store can handle it. The store can handle it. And so he drilled in my head that if you don't steal from regular people, it's okay to steal from stores. I mean, that's basically what he said.
Right.
So that's how I started my life of crime a little bit, trying to basically stealing from stores when I was an adult. And then I realized I better stop this crime ring because they're eventually going to get
Was he very proud of you when he found out that you were doing that?
He didn't know I was doing that.
Oh, you should have told him. Said, Dad, look what I learned from you.
Yeah. But
I steal from stores too.
I eventually realized that that's not cool. Just because they're stores doesn't mean you have a right to steal from them. But that's what he told me. And I really was like, okay, Dad, fine.
I heard one time I went to it was like a Target and I was getting like a thing of luggage and I realized that they rung me up for everything else. I was like, I didn't even notice at the time. I was like, I look at the receipt. I'm like, how did all this end up only being $50 when this piece of luggage was $60? And I realized, well, that's a very good reason. They didn't ring me up for the luggage.
Oh.
And dude, I'll tell you though, that's when your morals really get tested. Like I'm closer to my car than the door of the store where I bought it or didn't buy it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I'm out. I'm free. Like they don't know. Like I could just go home and I got free luggage. And I turned around. I was like,
yeah.
I don't know why. I know why. It's the right thing to do.
Oh, that's why.
But, I was like, I remember walking in there and I was like, you guys didn't ring me up for this. And I kept thinking, like, am I getting, I even thought, like, what if I go in there and I get the person in trouble because they screwed up?
Yeah.
Like, will they get in more trouble by me admitting that they didn't ring me up for this? Or will they get in more trouble when they find out that a piece of luggage was missing. Like, I almost was like trying to justify keeping it.
Yeah.
Like, they'll probably get in more trouble if I go back and say they didn't ring me up for it.
Seems reasonable.
It's weird when you start thinking that way too, because it's like, I hate to admit that I'm this way, but like if it's like a bigger chain store, I don't have as much of a problem.
Screw the
with
man.
it. But if it's like a small business, like we were at a barbecue spot in West Seattle, and we ordered our food, and I realized that they forgot to ring us up for our beers, and my girlfriend was very much like, just don't mention it. And I was like, no, I feel bad. And so I went up and I was like, hey guys, I don't think you rang us up for our beers. It was way too cheap. And the guy was like, hey, it's on us. And I was like, he was like, thank you for being honest, but it's on us. And I was like, oh, okay.
So
like,
you both won.
Yeah, we both won at the end of the day, but I felt bad.
Yeah, Danny,
you're dating a criminal.
I know. Look at her,
Danny. You bring up a very interesting point. The idea, and this was my dad's idea too, and I think a lot of us think this way. Big chain store, and it's because of the way big chain business treats customers. We don't really matter anymore, therefore we don't care about them either. That is not good for society. It isn't good when you judge a business based basically on how they have trained you to respond to how they treat you. Like a small business will probably be a little nicer to you because you matter to them. But the big chain stores they literally don't care about you to the point where even if you're right about some transaction that went wrong, there's nobody at the customer service level that will help you, wants to help you, or is empowered to help you. They'll go, yeah, what can I do? That's their attitude. And you go, well, F you then, big store. I will then turn around and
take all your stuff and not pay for it.
I mean, it's a subliminal thing that's happened, and I worked in retail, so I remember having fights all the time with my managers going, if you continue to treat the customers this way, because we would have conversations, Steve, it's sad. Like, you'd hear what they would say about the customers behind closed doors, and you're like, dude, I know you're corporate, but you're kind of a very bad word that I want to use right now. They're people. Those are people out there that come here every week with their money and spend their money to buy stuff here. Why are
These are human beings, man.
It's true. And they have the attitude, no, you're sheep, you're cattle, you're whatever. I mean, even worse. I hated corporate management. I really did, because it was like, you guys are such douches. And this is why Danny has the attitude, and I'm like, I can't blame you, Danny.
He's just a criminal.
He's a criminal for the big guy. He's fighting the big man, the man.
I'm Robin Hood.
Yeah. He doesn't have little teardrops tattooed on his eyes. He got little shopping carts.
Emo hood.
Everything
Yeah. If you have a little shopping cart, that means you're fighting for the right side as a teardrop. 206-803-ROCK. That's our number. Why am I telling you? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you
Good save.
Let's go, BJ. I see. If I knew almost what I was doing.
Your body was telling you what to do.
Muscle memory. I'm actually supposed to give you the number right now because
Mauve is a shade of what color?
Red.
No.
Purple.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's about to be beat Migs time.
Okay. Not so good of a save.
I did okay. It wasn't like
debatable.
It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't my best work.
No gold stars.
Well, how about this? I got numbers for you. 206-803-ROCK. Why do you need these numbers? Because you want to play Beat Migs, and maybe you can at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Hey there, it's your friend Stormy Warren here, and I want to invite you to my new home, the Big 615, exclusively on TuneIn. So what is the Big 615? Well, simply put, it's the official home of country music broadcasting live from Nashville to the world. Download the TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. And by the way, yes, it's free. You can also ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn. Get the latest on country music, from your favorite artists to the hottest songs climbing up the charts, Oh, and it's commercial free. That means a whole lot more music and a whole lot more country. Hear it all on the Stormy Warren Show, weekdays from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central. Download the TuneIn app from the App Store. That's TuneIn. And by the way, yes, it's free. You can also ask your device to play the Big 615 on TuneIn. And I look forward to having you join me on the Big 615.
This is your country station.
The Big 615.
Dealing with an accident and injury claim can be overwhelming. Let Phillips Law Firm fight for you. We understand the pain and suffering, and we're here to guide you through. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today for a free case review, or visit justiceforyou.com and let Phillips Law Firm help you on the road to recovery.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Ghost. Ghost is going to be at the White River Amphitheater on August 8th. And Steve, do you know that we got some tickets?
Tickets, and they're pit tickets, so you get to be up close and personal with Ghost.
Pit tickets. All right, but what do I got to do? I don't understand.
Just listen.
Oh, that's it?
Listen a lot.
Oh.
Listen all the time.
All the time. Steve's not actually being hyperbolic. He's right. If you log in and listen to KISW on the Odyssey app or on KISW.com, log in, listen one of those two ways, AUDACY, Odyssey. You'll get one entry for every hour you listen. That's right. That means every hour you listen is another entry. Math. So if you want to see Ghost, you want all the details, you know where to go. KISW.com.
Let's play B Migs. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B Migs. You're a loser.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
It's a Tuesday.
Side, we were talking about cakes earlier and how you wish you had cake, BJ.
Yes.
I recently learned that, what's his face? Christopher Walken, he used to tell people it was his birthday just to get free cake any day.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Any random day, he'd be like, it's my birthday. Apparently, Sean William Scott did a movie with him, and he's like, that was his thing.
But my biggest fear would be, I'd be like at the restaurant, being like, today's my birthday, and they're like, let me see your ID, and then they realize that I'm like off by like 6 months.
Here's the thing. If you're Christopher Walken, you got a defense against that.
What's that?
I've been keeping this ID in a certain place for many, many years. Are you sure you want me to show you my ID?
Sir, we'll just give you the cake.
It's like, just take it.
Yeah.
Please leave. Wash your hands, please.
Yeah.
So there you go. A fun little tidbit to get yourself some free cake. But let's move on because we have a game to get to. We have Jeff from Graham. Jeff, are you there?
I am. What's going on, guys?
Not
What's
a whole
up,
lot.
Jeffy?
Steve, please get out of here. For those playing at home, Jeff has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you do only have 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yep, let's do this.
What award-winning 1994 Tim Robbins movie was actually filmed at the Ohio State Reformatory?
Shawshank Redemption.
Correct. The crowdfunding platform GoFundMe launched in what early 2010s year?
11, 12, 13.
No. By what name is musician Charles Hardin better known as?
Lil Hand Jack.
No.
Pass.
What is the name of SpongeBob's boss?
Mr. Krabs.
Yes. What female pop star made her acting debut in the movie Valentine's Day?
Beyonce.
No.
Pass.
A winter banana is actually what type of fruit?
Pass.
What Seattle musician sang the 2006 Casino Royale theme song, You Know My Name?
Pass.
How many lines are there in a sonnet?
7.
No.
5 or 6.
No.
Oh.
What is McDonald's best-selling menu item?
Big Mac.
No.
Oh.
That was only 2 correct.
Yeah, that's a deuce right there. Drop the deuce, sir.
Okay.
That was a tough one, Jeff. Those questions were not easy. I was like, whoa, I don't know a lot of these answers.
Okay.
We'll see if Steve knows. See how Steve does on this one. This is a tough one, Steve. These are some. Well, for me, they were tough.
I'm riding high on a good win earlier, so hopefully I can keep going.
I don't know, buddy.
Are you ready, buddy?
Oh, yes. See if you would have beat me today.
What award-winning 1994 Tim Robbins movie was filmed at the Ohio State Reformatory?
I'm going to go Edward Scissorhands.
No.
Benny and June.
No.
That's not it either.
Tim Burton, you said?
Tim Robbins.
Oh, crap. I don't know. Pass.
The crowdfunding platform GoFundMe launched in what early 2010s year?
2011.
No.
2012.
No.
2010.
Yes. By what name is musician Charles Hardin better known as?
Rocky Hardin.
No.
Hardinson.
No.
Hard man.
No.
Okay.
What is the name of SpongeBob's boss?
Squidward.
No.
Someday that'll work.
I don't know. Spongy.
No.
You are in such trouble.
Tassel Man.
Tassel Man.
What female pop star made her acting debut in the movie Valentine's Day?
Madonna.
No.
Lady Gaga.
No.
Lady Gaga.
Katy Perry.
No. A winter banana is actually what type of fruit?
A plantain.
No.
A winter banana is a cucumber.
No.
Pickle.
No.
This is weird.
Yeah, it's a bad day for you.
What Seattle musician sang the 2006 Casino Royale theme song, You Know My
Chris
Name?
Cornell.
Yes. And with that, you squeaked by with a tie.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep,
that
2-2.
was unbelievable. Casino Royale, what? Was that the James Bond movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell sang that?
Oh, yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Jeff, thank you
It's
for
a good
playing,
song,
buddy.
too.
I totally forgot he sang in a James Bond movie.
I didn't remember until once you started
Whoa.
asking, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I totally remember that.
I totally forgot that, but that's pretty cool.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a very good song.
Yeah.
The Tim Robbins movie was The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she said a prison. It was a prison. That was the clue.
Charles Hardin, anybody know who that
Danny,
is?
do you know who that is? Nope. Should we know?
Buddy Holly.
I would not have known that at all. I think
just like Charles.
I don't know. I think I need more of a clue than that. The guy, that's 1,000 years ago.
That's why I assumed you would know. Because you're older.
Okay. All right. Well, Steve is not 1,000 years old, and neither is pretty much anybody listening to this fine show. All right.
I didn't know it.
That's a tough question.
The name of SpongeBob's boss is Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
That's a nickname you never want.
Yeah.
No, but they do work at the Krusty Krab.
Yeah. That's a fair question. That one, I got that one.
The female pop star made her acting debut in Valentine's Day.
Okay, that is another question. Like, how the F am I supposed to know this? Do you know it?
Yeah, I think I
is
do.
it?
It's the Swifties.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot she was in a movie.
I did, too.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a fair question. She's a big star.
I remember the big deal was that she was dating Taylor Lautner from Twilight, and he was in it too. So the two Taylors were dating and in the movie.
Oh, I forgot she was on Team Taylor, as it were.
Well, and they were dating in the movie, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which came first?
I think they were dating first.
Do you guys know, was there a song written about Taylor after? Which one's the song that she wrote about?
It's called F Off Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, it's pretty easy. I always thought that was about her.
Which, funny enough, Taylor Lautner married a woman named Taylor, and she changed her last name. So now they're both Taylor Lautners. I'm not kidding.
That's really cool. Maybe that's why Taylor Swift couldn't do it. She's like, look, I'm not going to be a Taylor Lautner.
You have to change your last name.
Yeah, so there you go.
Does anybody know what a winter banana actually is? What type of fruit?
Is it a squash?
Is it an apple?
Apple.
Yeah.
Why do they call it a winter banana?
It's a type. I don't know.
The winter banana.
Okay, that is the dumbest thing to call an apple on every level. It doesn't have the same consistency or shape or color. Why would they? I want to know why they call it a winter banana.
Do you think it's kind of like they're the Coke and Pepsi of the fruit world?
But at least Coke and Pepsi look similar. You know what I mean?
I know, but they're like the two big dogs.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. The apple and banana, though I think orange might have something to say about that. I mean, I prefer oranges over bananas any day of the week.
It's like an RC Cola kind of a thing.
Orange is the RC Cola?
Yeah.
I stand... No, you know what? No way are you putting orange as RC Cola. Orange is probably Pepsi.
Orange is the orange juice. Ha ha.
Okay. You know what?
Oh, apparently it is named...
Just go home.
Yeah, I mean, but Danny can just do things to himself that involve pain. Yes.
Apparently it's because it smells and tastes similar to a banana.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It smells like a friggin' apple.
That's according to why they named it that.
Have you ever smelled an apple and a banana?
Yeah, there's no way they smell the
for
same.
the specific type of apple.
What was this, back when the people were stupid?
They have a banana apple?
There's an apple that's
a
winter banana.
banapple, isn't it?
Banapples.
I would like a banapple, please.
I gotta find where to get one. I'm curious.
You could put a banana in front of me and an apple in front of me. I would never confuse those or even think they were similar, unless back in the old-timey times, they go, I have never smelt anything like this before. It's kind of like a banana.
I mean, they do have like the grapes that taste like cotton candy.
What does that have?
Those are really good.
So I'm not surprised that they're able to breed things to taste similar to other things.
But that is not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like this is particular one tastes like a banana. That's all it says.
No, wait. Oh, the apple itself tastes like a banana.
It's a banana apple.
Yeah, it is a type of apple, like a gala or whatever. It's called the winter apple.
Oh,
banana. Yeah.
I apologize. I thought it was just apples in general.
That's what I thought too.
Well, then
It's a type.
So the answer is banana apple.
The winter banana is actually a type of apple.
And what's it called? Winter banana?
The winter banana is the type of apple it is.
Where can I get my hands on one of these winter bananas?
Right?
I want to try it.
I totally misunderstood that question. You said what type of fruit is a winter banana?
A winter banana is actually what type of fruit. So that implies that it's not a banana.
Oh.
It's what type of other fruit.
You know what?
I thought that was the nickname.
I thought they were calling apples winter bananas.
Same.
Oh, I am so sorry for all this misunderstanding, Vicky. I didn't realize there was actually...
I'm confused.
No, I didn't realize there's an apple they actually call the winter banana.
Well, now we know.
And now we need to find one. So if anybody knows, let me know.
Oh, I would like to try one of those out to see what's
Are
up.
they seasonal?
Yeah.
Probably in the winter.
Yeah.
Watch during the summer. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh my God.
Can I just say, don't call other fruits the same fruit name of another fruit. Don't do it. Just come up with something else.
Well, who are you to tell people what to do?
I'm going to tell the Produce Commission.
All right.
Where do I get one?
Where do you get one? Hell.
They say it's a taste reminiscent of a banana or a pineapple at peak maturity.
Oh, okay. So it's either or. You can get one that's like a banana, and you get something like a pineapple,
depending on how mature it is.
You can do whatever you'd like, BJ.
I would try. Now, Vicky, are they? Do you know if they're made that way, or they naturally came out that way, or have they been cross-pollinated or whatever?
I can look it up because I'm not 100% sure.
Because they do, like Vicky. Now I get what you meant by the cotton candy. They do use science to make things that naturally wouldn't occur, but they made it happen.
I like the grape apples, the grape apple ones.
They have grape apples too.
Yeah.
Oh, they're ruining the country.
Look at apples getting in on everything.
I don't like it. I like my apple. It tastes like a friggin' apple. I mean, was that too much to ask?
It looks like maybe Whole Foods or Trader Joe's might have winter banana apples.
That makes sense. They got everything over
And they've
there.
been around since the 1800s, apparently.
What? Winter apples?
Yeah.
So
winter
then-
banana.
Oh, winter. So then science didn't do this. Nature did this.
I guess, unless those farmers knew how to cross-pollinate
Oh,
and
in
all
the
that stuff.
1800s, those farmers were lucky they even knew how to friggin' milk a cow.
So it says a banana apple is yellow like a banana and is delicious, but then the next text says a winter banana is a pollinator. They're not edible for use. They use them for pollinating the red, delicious golden apples, blah,
And
blah,
this
blah.
says it's a fine, fresh-eating apple with mild sweet flavor, and it's best enjoyed as a dessert apple,
Okay, see,
according
none
to
of
this
us-
article.
None of us know what the hell we're talking about.
Because I want to make one into a pie.
I agree. Winter banana pie would be interesting.
Wouldn't that be delicious?
But it's a pie, and then you can take that pie and pollinate with it. That's all. I don't know. You know what I do know? I'm done. Sorry for the confusion, and thank you, America.
Yes.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. We got your calls. We got your text at 206-803-ROCK. What would you like to talk about? Please, nothing about anything in winter, bananas.
Unless you're bringing us one.
Yeah. Okay. Calls and texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show, 206-803-ROCK. That's it, man. You call, you get through. And if you do, follow Steve's rule.
It's a simple rule. Show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
Call us or text us, 206-803-ROCK. Let's go to Andrew in Sumner. Andrew, you are on The Rock.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. What you got for us, buddy?
So the other day, you guys were talking about self-driving cars and trying to reduce traffic by, like the self-driving cars would like do their own spacing and pre-slow you down or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's to stop those phantom traffic jams, because if somebody puts their brakes on in a lot of traffic, they will cause a giant traffic jam and nothing happened. They just put their brakes on. So that's what the self-driving cars would stop from happening.
Here's the problem. Self-driving cars are dumbing us down. They're making it actually so that we become worse drivers. We're forgetting how to drive. It's just like WALL-E, the movie, where they all forgot how to do things because the computer does it all for them. How many processes have we lost that we don't remember how to do just because we have technology that does it for us?
Andrew, you know what I will say to you, sir? Welcome to the old man's club. Unfortunately, nobody who is young under the age of 40 years old, maybe 35, cares about that.
Yeah,
even
why
if
do we
you're
need
right.
to
I turned 40 in February.
Yeah,
there you go.
Screw
Welcome.
parallel parking.
Yeah.
My car will do it for me, damn it.
Yeah. Andrew, it's a tough one. That's a good conversation to have with old people. I will say this.
You could have that.
Yeah, I will just. Yeah, you're right. There's people just, and I tell everybody. I raise my hand. I go, I'll have that conversation with him. I'll take him over here.
We'll leave. We'll go to the other room. We'll go in a closet.
But I will say this: it is hard pressed for anyone to tell me that drivers are going to be better than computers right now steering my car. Yeah, I'm sorry. And this is young people. I'm looking at young people going, I don't know what happened, but I don't think they're as good as computers anymore as far as navigating cars. Young people just can't do it.
Oh man, especially with like how easily people are distracted on the road. It's insane. Although, man, that damn phantom traffic term, I thought of it yesterday. I was some car in front of me was hitting their brakes. And I thought, you're causing phantom traffic. I'm like, now I have this stupid term in my head.
Yeah, you are.
You phantom traffic person.
Hate you, phantom traffickers.
You know, people like you, they're the reason why we have phantom traffic.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the hell does that even mean? I'm like, listen to our show.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Traffic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. 206-803-ROCK. That's the number to call. That's the number to text, 206-803-ROCK.
So it said, hey, Steve, let's congratulate your Seattle Thunderbirds for winning the Western Conference Championship last night against the Kamloops Blazers. Now on to the WHL Championship. Go Birds. Fly high. Let's fly. Freak show.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I mean, what a great season for Seattle hockey teams.
Yes, it's been a good run, and they're taking on the Winnipeg Ice. Let's ice them. Speaking of Seattle hockey teams tonight, big game, Kraken versus the Dallas Stars. And someone said, could you imagine if we win this series and Vegas wins their series? It would be a Vegas-Seattle Western Conference Finals. Nice. What a series that would be with the two expansion teams.
That would be what the NHL, I think you would deem the most successful expansion experience for any sport.
That would infuriate every old school hockey fan that's team has not been to the championships or to the finals or whatever. You know, it'd be like, these two expansion teams just get it all handed to them. And I'd be like, did you not see what the Seattle Kraken dealt with in the first year? Like, this wasn't a Vegas team.
And I don't know what you get all handed to you, because the other teams supposedly protected their least effective players, so it's not like they gave us the number one draft pick for all of our players.
Not.
Yeah, that's ignorance. I would say this: maybe it's time for you to basically say to your management on all these old school teams, get better, baby. And be vocal about it, and perhaps, you don't patronize those organizations till they put a better product on the field.
Yeah, come over to Seattle. We got room for you. Jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, or better product on the ice. I might be thinking of baseball, perhaps.
It is crazy to think about all the things that Ron Francis, the general manager for the Kraken, have done. From just the pickups that they made. Obviously, a couple guys injured like Burakovsky, but Bjorkstrand was a huge pickup. And, I mean, just like what they did with Martin Jones, I mean, he was a big part of why they're even in this. I know he's not playing goal right now for the team because he's the backup, but they wouldn't even be in this position had he not played so well early in the season. And then not making any trades during the trade deadline, just ensuring team chemistry. Everything that he's done has just been panning out really well for this team.
Yeah, and obviously, Steve, you know so much more about the sport than I do. I had no idea if those were the right moves or the wrong moves, but you see what's going on in the playoffs, and you're like, okay, he obviously knew we've got a great playoff team.
And it's a lot of, I've been listening to like some of like national podcasts like the Spit and Chicklets guys and other people as well, and they all keep calling the Seattle Kraken a team they have 4 lines of like it's basically 4-second lines. Like you don't have like
that's pretty damn good,
right? So it's like you have 4 lines, and typically you have your top line, which are all your stars, as we saw with Colorado, and then your bottom lines sometimes are grinders, but they don't really do too much. Whereas the Kraken, all 4 lines have productive players, which is why we have so much scoring going on from everybody.
Boy, imagine any other sport where you could say, sure, we don't have the number 1 this or the number 1 that, but we have the number 2 quarterback, we have the number 2 running back, we have the number 2 I mean, you would take that because all combined, that's a hell of a team.
Yeah, it's a team. It's more of a team than a bunch of players with a couple stars.
I mean, I think the Seattle Mariners would love to be able to say that every single one of their pitchers is number 2. Like they could be a number 2 on anybody's ball club. They would love to be able to say that. They're not far off. Also, some
of their hitters are in like a good number 2 right now.
Yeah, you're right. Well, we have like
a deuce.
We have the number 2 bullpen right now.
Yeah,
like our bullpen has finally come back and they're doing what they're supposed to do. So yeah, it's to have a team that is number 2 in every department is pretty like for all their lines. That's exceptional. And Steve, that and our goaltender looks like he definitely is a top-notch goaltender right now.
Oh, he's playing. He's lights out.
Yeah. So
arguably, I mean, right now I would say he's one of the top goalies that's in the playoffs right now because he hasn't had a clunker.
So
I mean, even his quote unquote bad games weren't his fault.
Yeah, think about that. Think about the Boston Bruins had to replace their goalie in the last game. And, of course, the Stars had to pull their goalie in their last game. And
Devils have gone back and forth with their goalies.
So if we've got 4 number 2 lines and we have a top goalie, there is no reason to not believe this team can go very, very
far. It's Stanley Cup or bust now. The expectations are now. It's like, look, if this is a failure of a season if we don't win the Cup. And in fact, I think we should just get rid of the team if we don't.
Okay. You know what? I didn't think that anybody else thought the same way I did. So good. Glad we're on the same page.
High expectations.
Yes.
Hackstall's got to go.
Yeah, everybody's got to go.
Francis, you know what?
You're done.
Yeah. John Forsland, no longer.
Oh, yeah, Forsland especially because the way he calls those games, he didn't call a winner.
That's the only thing. I wish we could have John Forsland calling these games. Because I miss his voice on. He does such a great job. Him and Eddie Olchuk and JT, they do a great job together.
Well, you have his number, right? You just have him call him up and have him do it over the phone.
Yeah, because he's not busy calling.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's very reasonable.
Come on, Forsland.
Very reasonable. I mean, the guy, he lives his life for us, doesn't he?
I don't have Eddie Olchuk's number, but I have Nick Olchuk's number.
That's close.
And his voice sounds very similar to his dad's.
So,
conference call.
I feel like this could be done. It's not like they have lives. Come on, they know what they need to do.
And this would be the moment that my number is blocked.
Oh, you think that's the moment?
I'm positive.
Call from BJ's phone.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm going to steal BJ's phone.
Yeah, you are.
And then around 6:50 tonight, I'm going to pick up the phone and conference call these guys.
Yeah. There you go.
Seems like a solid plan.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see any reason where this is not the right thing to do. You pick the topic. You guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose. 206-803-ROCK. What do you want to talk about? Whatever it is, we got your calls. We got your texts at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
What you watch depends on what kind of mood you're in. Sometimes you're craving comedies like Friends or South Park, and sometimes you're more into dramas like HBO's Succession and House of the Dragon. There's also cooking shows like Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay, and even movies like The Lord of the Rings and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Well, Max is the streaming destination that has the best of entertainment for whatever mood you're in anytime. And plans start at as little as $9.99 a month. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com. Nobody said adulting would be easy. Between work, family, chores, and activities, life can get real messy real fast. Good thing there's Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner. Simple Green tackles even the toughest cleanup jobs in every room of your house. Simple Green has been a trusted cleaning brand for nearly 50 years, and it's now available in both lemon and lavender scents. So you get a cleaner that not only works hard, but leaves your home smelling fresh. Even better, Simple Green All-Purpose Cleaner is U.S. EPA Safer Choice certified for use around people, pets, and plants. Stronger, safer, fresher. That's the cleaning experience we all want, right? When life gets messy, Simple Green gets it clean. This stuff literally removes dirt, grease, and stains from any washable surface in your home. Visit simplegreen.com today to view their complete product lineup and discover where to buy in your area.
Southern Company is making energy smart and sustainable for their 9 million customers across the country. From modernizing infrastructure to achieving their interim carbon reduction goal 10 years early, Southern Company is committed to building a clean, resilient energy future. Learn more at southerncompany.com/future. Southern Company, building the future of energy.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 7799. 206-803-ROCK. That's our new number. Muscle memory betray me. Text us and call us at that number, 206-803-ROCK.
Get with it, BJ.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
I expect you to be a professional.
And I'm not. I totally blew it. 206-803-ROCK, the only number you need to know.
Okay, we got a good one. This person needs our advice, and this is a doozy. I have a bud that was hit on some hard times, and some people set up a GoFundMe for him. So I donated anonymously $1,000 because I wanted to help, but I don't want him to think he owes me anything. The other night, I found out that a mutual friend took credit for that donation. Oh. I'm certain he didn't donate that much because I saw the list of donors, and A, I'm the only anonymous one, and B, the highest donation after mine is $100. I don't want credit, but I don't want this ass to get credit for something he didn't do. Do I say anything?
Wow, that's a tough one.
Who takes credit for a donation that's not theirs?
An idiot.
That's amazing.
That is such a sack move.
And is it like something where like the person who like contacts him is like, dude, someone donated $1,000. Do you know who it is? Like, well, it was me. Or does he just contact the guy and go, I donated $1,000. I accidentally wrote anonymous, so I want you to know it's me. Like, how do you even get to that? Like,
yeah, that
person sucks.
You know what? Here's what you do, bro.
You punch him.
No. Here's what you do. You tell somebody else that, you know, who's a good friend of both of you, that you made that donation, and you present the problem to them, and they will fix it for you one way or the other. Because if I told you, because Steve, let's just say I did that for Danny, and then all of a sudden Vicky is like, Danny, I'm the one that did that, and I found out. I go, Steve, dude. Yeah. I mean, this is what should I do? Uh-huh. You might be like Steve, go, I don't know. But at some point you might go, hey, Danny, I just got to tell you something.
I'd be like, dumbass, that's why you don't make it anonymous. Always take credit for your donation.
Yeah.
That serves you right, you idiot.
If my good friend, who's also a friend of them, would take care of it.
I feel like you're that might be the easiest way to handle this.
Because it does suck, and frankly, or maybe there was an accounting mistake, and maybe there were either way, something's messed up. And I think at this point of the ball game, you know, if somebody's being a douche, you know, and if you're not being a douche, you know, let's say actually there were two $1,000 donations and somehow it didn't show up. Well, that could be, but I wouldn't be offended if you came to me and said, BJ, why are you taking credit for that donation? But I wouldn't do that.
I've never been so offended in my entire life.
But here's the thing. If it's anonymous, I don't want you to know. Like, I wouldn't tell you, and I'd be upset if somebody did tell you, because I don't want you to know. That's why I made it anonymous. So it's weird that somebody would like take credit for that. I don't want you to know, or otherwise I wouldn't have made it anonymous. So I think the guy's a douche anyway, even if he really did make $1,000 donation, if there was an extra one.
Yeah.
You're a douche for making it anonymously, but then going to the person and telling
them, you want credit.
You're a douche. Just say, I'm just going to tell you right off, you're a douche.
So punching him in the face is not the right way to do it, huh?
Well, you know, Steve, you have your methods, I have mine.
How about this one? Texter should just refund his donation. Douche guy now looks like an extra douche. Then donate again.
Oh, wow.
Right? I don't know if you can or you can't. I never wanted my money back on a GoFundMe.
I don't know if you can do that. That's a good question.
Or donate some more and say, this one's not Billy's either. He's lying. That's the name.
That's fantastic too.
Billy, or treat it like a horror movie. Like, you know, you call someone, you're like, I know what you did last summer. But you call from like a block number. And you just
call the douche.
Yeah, you're like, I know you didn't make that donation. And then hang up on him and do that every day until he finally breaks down.
Yeah. God, imagine the kind of attention you need as a human being that you have to basically go, I'm the anonymous donor.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, this whole GoFundMe is designed to help somebody out, and now some imbecile has put drama in the situation.
Have you ever seen like a GoFundMe? I've seen something in wrestling. I'm like, and then I click on top donors just to see like what wrestlers have, like, you know, what celebrities have donated.
Oh, I've never done
stupid curiosity.
Oh, I know. I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh yeah, if you go like let's just say someone has a GoFundMe, and then it shows you the most recent donations. But if you click on top donations, it'll then show you who's put out the big amounts.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like It's fun to. It sounds odd, but I do like. I'm like, oh, that's cool that this wrestler donated to the cause. That's a nice gesture. I don't know why. It makes me think that person's like a better person because they donated their money, but that's what I do. This is what I do in my free time. Sometimes there's nothing good on TV.
Hey, listen, whatever gets you entertainment. I'm of the mindset. Look, and I try not to be a hypocrite, but I'm of the mindset that a big sum of money, like $1,000, I know is a lot of money, but to some people it's nothing. But because other people still feel like it's a big. That's why I like to do things anonymously, because I know you think this is a big deal to you. I get it. It's not that big of a deal to me, just because we're in different financial situations, and it's hard for people to understand that because. $1,000 is a lot of money.
Hell yeah, it is.
But to some people, $1,000 is like, if you're Bill Gates, $1,000 is like $1.
I just would never imagine ever saying, "Yo, yeah, that was me that made that donation," when I know full well it wasn't.
If somebody asked me, if somebody came to me, like if it was the person, if it's anybody else, I'm going to go, I have no idea, because why would I need to tell you? But if it was a person. I'd be like, yeah, Jimmy, it was. I just didn't want you to feel awkward. Don't worry about it.
And I'd be right next to me going, he's lying. It was me. I can't believe you did that.
Then I'd be like, all right, I don't know what to tell you. You need new friends is what you need.
Yeah, I would say that person, sounds like they're a mutual friend. I would ditch that title friend. That's not a friend of yours. That's lying.
Why?
Taking credit for something that you did. And
somebody
you did
needs help. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm with you, Steve.
So instead, I think you got to show your friend directly and be honest. Show them the transaction from your bank statement.
Why?
That way, a bad friend can't take credit.
Why? See, Texter,
to create drama.
That's drama. We don't need the drama. That's why, if you really care, go to one of your friends, tell them the situation, and ask your friend for advice. But really. Then you told your friend, and it's up to them if they want to say anything. And if they don't, then you know what? That's what life is going to be. Don't have more drama.
Then here's my question, and it doesn't mean that the douche guy is in the right, or I'm defending that person. But if it doesn't matter to you that they know that you were the one that donated the money, then why do you care that person's taking credit?
True.
Like just be like done with it. Like whatever. Yeah. I'll remember this person for being a douche, but why even add drama to someone who's going through some tough times? And just, if he wants to take credit for it, let him take credit for it. What am I gonna do?
That is a very great question, and really, you have to be highly aware, Steve, to be able to pull off what you just said, because that's the best answer.
Knee jerk would be me telling my wife, "You just son of a bitch is taking credit for my donation," and then it's hard.
Well, us dudes do not like to live in a world where people take credit for stuff that they didn't do. I don't know if it's a dude thing or just a human thing, but I know a lot, like for me, a lot of my dudes, we don't like to take credit for things we didn't do. We just feel like that's wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't speak for women in general. I just don't know how women, they might view it like, who cares as long as it gets, but yeah, it's tough for me to watch somebody else take credit for something that they didn't do. And how many times does that happen in the workplace where you give a great idea to the boss and the boss takes all the credit? It's happened in our lives before, and I think it really just rubs us the wrong way. Like, F you. I don't mind if nobody knows, but I don't want you to take credit for something that I know you didn't do, and F you.
Yeah, it gets under your skin.
Yeah, but you're right. Your way is the best way. Just like, hey, let it go. The guy got his money. Who cares how he got it?
So it says I often donate to GoFundMe's anonymously just so that others don't reach out to try and get money from me as well.
Oh, good call.
I never thought about that.
That's a very good call.
Yeah, Billy Deep Pockets over here. I'm going to hit him up with my GoFundMe.
That has happened to me.
I saw that you donated some money, so would you donate to me too?
Yeah, some listeners. I don't know if you've noticed, listeners, but I no longer let you know that I'm donating to people because people then started messaging me. And it's just like, I understand you have an important cause, but when it comes to donating things in life, I really believe that's a person's private business to what they decide they want to give their charity money to. And when you start hawking somebody, it's one thing if it's in public, like, it's like it's a Facebook page. Hey, help out Jimmy, help out Mary, or we go on and we say, hey, help out the kids. That is not me calling you on your personal phone or messaging you directly going, can you do this? I find that to be more of a violation. Unless you're my great friend and I know you, that's different. But, let's be honest, listeners. I mean, how well do we know each other?
Honest. It must be hard with your net worth, too, just having all the people call.
Well, that's why my net worth goes up and down. These people
are constantly anonymously donating to people.
I can't say no to these people.
Yeah.
What is my net worth these days?
$3 million.
That's better than...
Hey, BJ, I got to GoFundMe. I was hoping you could donate to.
Yeah.
It's Go Fund Steve's new goalie gear.
Oh, nice. It's just like, I look at my... like
a couple $1,000. Not a big deal.
But they're not as bad as the people that have their new song that they want me to hear, and that's the only time they ever communicate with me.
You know what you do? Here's Steve's information. You pass him along to me.
That's what I do.
And I'll get like a billion messages from people like, BJ said you're the guy.
That's right.
You get my song on the radio. And I'm like, I doubt he said that.
I didn't say it that way. I said Steve's in charge of the music of the show. That's all I've ever said.
Which I'm not.
What, Loud and Local? Who's in charge of Loud and Local?
Not me.
Well, then you give me their name and I'll send it to them.
No, I'll just pass it on to them. I don't need to make them go crazy with your stuff.
That's what I try to be nice, but it's like that's the only thing anybody ever like when you see on your
sometimes I'll even see the thread that says, "Hey BJ, I'd love for you to just hear the song and get your opinion on it."
And I'm like, I'm not the guy.
And you just said it, but they just want your opinion.
Yeah, your opinion.
That's not what they want.
Yes,
that's a lie. No, it's not. They want me to get their song on the radio. That's not what they want, is my opinion.
They might also want an attaboy as well.
No, I don't care about the attaboy. It's like, do they know that I don't care about music?
Well, you're the new music fan. You're the one that's always adding songs to your YouTube playlist.
Yes, when I hear something at my own
what if you love
leisure.
Them? So I always respond and be like, dude, this is fantastic. Unfortunately, I played it for BJ and he thinks it's the drizzling poops.
Okay, well, that's what I get for forwarding it to you. Yes. I'll have to forward it to somebody else now.
I already have a copy-paste answer every time. This is the greatest song I have ever heard.
When people
BJ hates it.
People in the radio business go, will you listen to my demo? Tell me what you think. And I always tell them, dude, I am not a boss. You need to be able to put together something that the boss would like. I'm an idiot. I mean, I would hire everybody. So so if I tell you something, it might actually be the worst advice I could give anybody because I'm not a boss.
Well, I've had it happen too. Sometimes when people are like, hey, can I get your opinion on this? And I'll give them my opinion. I'll always be like, I'm going to be rude, but if I feel like, I'm like, this is good, but the production, if you're really hoping for it to get its way on the radio, you got to step up the production.
How does that go over?
It never goes over well. And I'm not saying the songs are bad. I'll never say it's a subjective thing. I'm always trying to be like, I try and find what is good about it. But then if I'm like, I also can't. I'm not going to give you false hope if it's like a bad sounding song. Like,
are you saying my baby's ugly, Steve?
And then they get all mad about it. I'm like, well, what? So you didn't want an opinion. You just wanted me to say that it was great.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, okay.
And they want you to put it on the radio.
Well, that's not ever going to happen.
That's the thing.
I have no control over that.
So that's what nobody ever wants you just to give an opinion of their song. They want you to say it's great and put it on the radio.
But it's like that with anything. Like even like the world of wrestling. Like someone's like, hey, watch my match. What did you think of it?
God.
And I watch it and I'll be like, hey, I thought this was awesome, but this, that, and the other thing, and then they'll get so defensive about it. I'm like, dude, it doesn't mean you have to do what I say. I'm just a schlub too. Like, I mean, I'm nothing special, but from my eyes, this was what I thought didn't look right. And this is my opinion. If you don't want an opinion, don't ask for an opinion.
Yeah, you can tell when somebody doesn't want to get better in whatever their profession is because they do not like a negative, if you will, or a neutral opinion. Then it's like you're in the wrong business. You should really go to therapy to get your attaboys.
I'd rather them just be like, F off, what do you know? I'm like, I don't know anything. Stop messaging me.
I asked people in the early days, like, hey, what do you think of this? And then they would tell me. And then I'd be like, wow, that was harsh, but okay, I'll work on it. Because I really want to be good, as opposed to, please tell me I'm great. Tell me I'm a good boy. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So don't message me. Thank you.
And he's going to forward it to me.
Yeah.
But if you ever see BJ donating a lot of money, that was me actually. Yeah. I don't know how. I just can't get out of his account. I don't know why.
Yeah, it really makes sense. All of it is true. All right, we have a question that needs to be answered right now. What do Ryan Castle and a 104-year-old woman have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a 104-year-old woman have in common?
3 gray beard hairs. Oh, one that was so hard to get out.
Yeah.
3 gray beard hairs.
You know what you're doing.
3 times. Like, I only have 3, but old ladies always have like 3 also, but only 3, and they just kind of stick out on the chin.
Yeah, they do.
Both like to give Steve a big wet kiss.
Oh.
Gummy.
Both removed their teeth to show Steve some love.
See?
Oh, and they both grew up with BJ.
Oh, nice. All right, fair enough.
Ryan never
walking to school, uphill in the snow.
Ryan
both
ain't grown
ways.
with me. Ryan's still
4 miles.
He's still a young, strapping boy. Come on. There's a woman, though, that actually, Antoinette from Staten Island, New York, just turned 104 years old. So what's her secret? They asked her, what's your secret to a long life? She
Whiskey
said,
and cigars.
Close. Whiskey and spinach. Actually, beer and spinach. So she does like the booze.
Is she Popeye?
She's Popeye. Yeah. I love having 1 glass of beer every day. She says, I love my beer.
1 glass a day is, she's going to live to be 104. I'm going to live to be 1,000.
Yeah. That's a fact if we go by quantity. Here's her. She says she puts on her makeup. That's another thing she says she likes.
Like Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
helpful.
She says, look nice, make nice friends, be nice to them. You'll have a good life. That's 104 from her. How about that?
Also, jeans.
Yeah. Yes. But Danny, the makeup thing, you're going to live long then, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah. Be nice to people, though, BJ. You're screwed.
Yeah, you're right. I'm dead. I'm probably dead right now. Ryan Castle,
this is your hell.
He's got a 12-pack. He's next.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This episode is brought to you by Southern Company. Southern Company is making energy clean, smart, and sustainable for their 9 million customers across the country. Southern Company, building the future of energy. Learn more at southerncompany.com/future.